Good morning, everybody. How you have been in the evening? कल हमने around 5:15, 5:20 आपको free किया था, and since then we have been preparing for another unlocking skills session today. So today we are here for another wonderful session of unlocking skills. And yes, today we will have special address by Mr. Ravindranath Kharbandaji, Honorary World Skills Member. In the session, we will learn a lot about animation from Mr. Gurmeet Singh. He's a 3D professional and mentor, and Mr. Abhishek Dey. He's a senior mentor. So before we proceed, I'd like to first introduce and invite Colonel Rabindranath Kharbanda. He's honorary member World Skills. Colonel Kharbanda is currently an advisor to Media and Entertainment Skills Council for Skills Competition. He's also recognized as the honorary member of World Skills International. He served as a technical head of World Skills India since 2011, but he has seen the journey since 2007. He has worked as a project head for skill development program in Kabul, Afghanistan, and he has led the Indian skill contingent as a technical consultant at various world skills competition, be it Leipzig, Sao Paulo, Abu Dhabi, or Kazan. So let's hear it from him about his journey. Colonel Kharbanda, you're most welcome on the platform of Vidyadan. So how have you been? We have met last week during the World
definitely
Skills.
yes.
Yeah. So how have you been, and how is the preparation going on?
All is good so far, all very good. And I must thank you, Pooja, for introducing me and placing me again at a very high pedestal. Well, good morning, everyone who joined this important session. Yes, I need to thank MESC also for providing me this platform to address the trainers and competitors preparing to participate in the IndiaSkills selection process. Well, we all talk of initiatives taken by institutes, by industry and so forth. इसने लिया initiative, उसने वो करा. Remember, it is you, the competitors, who have taken the initiative of registering for the competitions. Well, congratulations to all, and they look for an applaud from all of us, from my side equally. Well, this is the first step towards your progress.
Yes. So the first step they have taken by filling up the forms and everything. So I would really like to know, how do you think skills can help building the economy and an Atmanirbhar Bharat, as our honorable Prime Minister has been talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat and vocal for local thing, and promoting entrepreneurship and individual work. So how do you think skilling can support in that?
Very right. You very rightly put across all this. As we said, is a common saying, हुनर है तो कदर है.
Yes.
And the statement is equally true. कहते हैं हाथ का रेखा तकदीर दिखाता है, और आपका हाथ जो है वो तकदीर बनाता है. और talking of आत्मनिर्भर भारत, to be self-reliant.
Yes.
Well, it's totally dependent on you, the youngsters, being on the updated technical requirements by the industry. You are always in demand. It is you have to make Bharat Atmanirbhar. Remember, the skilled people never remain idle. Even the days of pandemic, when others paused, others are relaxing, skilled workers, particularly from our sector, were always in demand. 3D designers use their skills in making protective sensors. Printers utilize their skills in printing for pharma companies. And animators, of course, always have work. Even while sitting home, with guidance, they can learn and progress. This industry grew and is still growing during the pandemic. Now, a little of world skill I talk, then I'll come back to Atmanirbhar again. Because what we're preparing is for larger scale competitions ultimately, which is held among 84 member countries in over 55 skills. The selection process commences with state competitions. Winners of state competition join the regional competitions, and winners of regional competitions compete at the nationals, so-called as IndiaSkills. Nationals best from the national we select a candidate who represents the country. At each stage, there's a learning of best practices, which is utilized to upgrade for the next competition. And before each successive competition workshop, your workshop before any competitions are conducted to prepare the candidates for next competition. Now you see at each level there's a learning and growth. The your entire potential is growing, and at each performer's best comes out of you, which leads to the growth of the sector. This all would lead to Atmanirbhar finally, because it is you who are learning, who are growing, who are learning the best practices. So you work on that focus line. You're working for the country. You learn the skills which are desired in the world and which is required for the country. As for this competition also supports you in becoming self-sufficient. Because what is required by the industry is people who are capable, people who are updated with the technology, who can produce the best in the least possible time.
Right.
Now, I must talk a little about the authorized world skill training centers. Well, these are designed on line of collective vision of world skills. Well, as we've been taught, these are fantastic institutes to unlock the potential. It is here where the candidate is nurtured and the best product is produced. These centers are equipped on world scale guidelines and trained on international standard specifications. I hope you know the international standard specification is not one country standard.
Yeah.
It is taken from all the industries related to that sector. The best aspects are picked up and are combined and made into standard specification. Now, again, at each center, the youth or the competitors who are there, well, the passion is developed into profession, and champions at all stages are celebrated. Then at each center, you find the training what we provide them, or try to give them the best tools, the best equipment to work upon, which is matching with the international standards. And this, and even the centers support in finding jobs for the candidates who are studying there or preparing for the world skill competition or India skill competitions. Then they're further influenced by the educators, the industrialists, the government and research workers who are working behind the scene. They collectively look for best practices which should be adopted by the competitors while they're working in the industry or at the competition, and even recommend skills which are required for the future. Here, the students' technology is updated to make the industry ready for the job. All this combined, what is going on, helps you in making Atmanirbhar Bharat. If you're not properly skilled, if you're not fully equipped, if you're not prepared for that, and adequate knowledge is not there, which is desired by the international standards, well, you can't be anywhere. So this That is the reason we stress a lot on the competitions and on authorized world skill training centers which are working on the mission of world skills.
Okay, great. And
And I
we
must
are
say,
also,
yeah, they
see,
all are fortunate. Our
yes,
people, they're quite fortunate to have picked up skills which are creative in nature. And these are the one preferred options of today. Even while
right,
sitting home, one can learn with guidance.
absolutely. And
And on,
even
yeah,
how our AWSITC have been conducting workshops, and they are continuously guiding all the students. So that is also a wonderful thing.
yes, yes, definitely. We are collaborated with international experts, best of people from outside. We are regularly holding seminars. We held regularly trying to hold webinars. We are regularly trying to workshops. So all this is collective thing which MESC is doing to ensure that people are fully equipped, fully trained, and contribute in making Atmanirbhar Bharat. We are not dependent on others.
Right.
Well,
And
even for skills which we are talking about, we are taken on as like our skills. I'm referring mainly. If you obtain a certificate from the institute where you're studying, after that, your opportunity to work in the gaming studio, could be a TV channel, ad agencies, film production. Not only that, one could become an entrepreneur where he could employ people and provide them jobs.
absolutely, absolutely. And how when we talk about media and entertainment industry, it's called a sunrise industry. That's because even when the GDP is going low, our industry is still going high. And all the job roles that you have mentioned are always in demand, and they will be in huge demand in future as well.
Very right. You very rightly brought out. This is the most sought out sector today. Now, if you want to hear something about the success stories and success what we've been doing, we have been achieving in the world skills competitions. Here is always a collaborative action. It's not that the competitor can perform well itself. He has to be supported by the participant, by the trainer, by the workshop, by mentors, by the industry, by the government. So it has been collaborative effort. We have been competing in just one skills before in graphic design. And in 2013, we got a medallion. In 2015 competitions, we got a medallion. 2017, again, we got a medallion. I must tell you, medallion of excellence in no less. Here it shows that you are above the average of the world in that sector. That by itself is a very big achievement. And 2009, of course, we got a medal, bronze medal for the first time. We competed in three skills and we got bronze medal in graphic design. We got medallion of excellence in 3D game art, and in print technology, we just missed out the medallion.
Okay, with this, I'd really like to thank you for your time and giving us food for thought and how we can, showing us the ladder to success. So I think सब follow करेंगे and everybody will learn from what you have said, and of course everybody will learn from the speakers that are coming up now.
Just
So
one thing which I should remind the competitors, even the trainers who are there, whosoever is competing, he has to have faith in yourself and the trainer and the institute where one is being coached or trained. And second, they must remain focused and they always have to put in the best till the end. They don't think like giving up. Because what happens is it shouldn't happen and we shouldn't hear that person came back. I could have done better. That means he's not put in his best. So remain focused, put in your best till the end.
yes,
Any
and do
more
not give
questions
up.
on your side? Yeah, I think with a little of brief, that experts are there. They'll be explained to you further on gaming, on animation, and so forth.
Yes.
And my good wishes are there always with the team, with the organization, and wish you all the very best future.
Thank you so much, sir. So let me start with the session today. And today we have with us Mr. Abhishek Dey. He's a senior mentor with a premium institution of India, and yes, of course, our authorized World Skills India Training Center, Arena Animation. Mr. Day has done postgraduate in drawing and painting, experienced in training students for over 15 years in 3D animation and gaming. He is associated with some of the top animation training brands, and over the years, he mentored aspiring 3D artists in CGS set creation and animation to achieve their dream job in some of the premier animation and gaming production houses like Technicolor, Amazon, Lakshya Digital, and Sparrow 3D, to name a few. I'd like to introduce Mr. Gurmeet Singh Channa. He is a 3D professional and mentor with Arena Animation Academy. He started his career with IIS Infotech Limited as VRML 3D modeling artist in 1995, when I think most of you were not even born. In 2001, he joined Arena Animation Academy, South Extension, New Delhi, as HOD, Head of Department. In the year 2007, he initiated to get first ever FICCI BAF award for Arena with the help of his brilliant team members, including faculties and students. Many other awards, such as Indraprastha Delhi University Award for the Best Documentary, Creative Minds Award, Razmataaz Award, too, are in his portfolio. And I think I can keep on talking about them. So let's invite them quickly. Welcome, Mr. Channa and Mr. Day.
Okay, thank you, Pooja. Thanks. Thank you
Thank
very
you, Pooja.
much.
Thank you.
So,
Today we are starting with animation, right? You will
of
be
course,
unlocking the world of animation for all of us. And I think animation is everybody's favorite, from a kid to an adult. And like Abito, as a layman, I'll say I love watching animation. And I think today I'll learn a lot about it as well. So it's all over to you now.
thank you. Thank you, Pooja.
And guys, you can send in your questions in Q&A section. Make sure you are sending questions to Q&A only, because in the chat window it gets disappears. So make sure your questions are coming in Q&A, and we will be happy to answer your questions at the end. Not at the end, I mean, once their presentation is over. All right, all over to you.
So, I think Abhishek sir, hello, how are you? I think you should.
I'm good, sir. How are
yep.
you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm perfectly all right. So, would you please share the screen for me?
Yeah, sure.
Because I think there is some problem related to screen
Yeah.
sharing.
Can you see the screen now?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, very good morning, my good friends. Welcome to the Unlock World of Animation. This is Gurmeet and my colleague Abhishek. तो हम दोनों आज आपके सामने मुखातिब हैं for the presentation on animation skills. So basically, it is an honor for us to speak on such a prestigious platform of MESC, which is being supported by Arena Animation Academy, South Extension, Preet Vihar, Kohat, and Chandigarh. So basically, it's like a single branch which has been operated from 4 directions. आप ये कह सकते हैं. So today we would like to share with you our best of experiences while working with this industry, a wonderful industry, of course. So it was a long journey for both of us. और खैर आज हम सब यहाँ बैठे हैं समझने के लिए. हमें 2 चीजें बहुत ही clearly समझनी है. What is animation? And second thing is why animation? ठीक है, okay, let me start with animation. So what is animation? सबसे पहले जहन में यही सवाल उठता है. So animation को अगर मैं इसको definition अगर करूँ तो बहुत सारी definitions आती हैं. So in my terms, it is basically when intuition meets logics is called animation. So it's a pretty old definition by me once upon a time when I wrote this definition. But आज उसका सही माने हमें समझ में आने लगे हैं. Usually सबके जहन में होता है animation means the cartoon movies. Yeah, of course. It started early. It started with this such a thing. But आजकल animation is everywhere. It is even on a button of our Windows. If you click on a button, it may get animated sometimes. आप जैसे ये आप एक presentation देख रहे हैं, again it is a part of an animation. So animation is not only working with the characters, working with cartoons. It is everywhere. तो आज ये हमारे जिंदगी का बहुत ही अहम हिस्सा है जिसे हम डिस्कस करेंगे आज, मैं और अभिषेक दोनों मिलकर. और आई होप मैं आप लोगों को समझा सकूंगा, अभिषेक भी आपको समझा सकेंगे कि why to join animation, a very unique industry. So it's a pretty young industry also. अगर मैं बात करूं यूएस वगैरह की, तो या अगर एनिमेशन हिस्ट्री की बात करें जो हमारी नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में आने वाला है, डेफिनेटली मिस्टर अभिषेक विल लेट यू नो कि इसका कैसे एनिमेशन इंडस्ट्री कब आया, कैसे आया. बट मैं आपको एक बात बता दूं, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. हिंदुस्तान में एनिमेशन का वजूद 1993 से स्टार्ट हुआ था, बट इट वाज वेरी इन अ सैचुरेटेड फॉर्म. बहुत ही कम जगहों पर था. इंस्टीट्यूट्स नहीं होते थे, जो होते थे उनको नहीं मालूम था डायरेक्शंस क्या हैं. तो एक्चुअल जो इंडस्ट्री जो बननी शुरू हुई हिंदुस्तान के अंदर, दैट वाज द ईयर 2006. उससे पहले काम होता था, मैं मानता हूं, बट इंडस्ट्रीज नहीं थी. वी डोंट हैव प्रोडक्शन हाउसेस. सो 2006 में जो एक तरह से आप कह सकते हैं इट वाज अ रेवोल्यूशन इनटू आवर इंडस्ट्री. ठीक है. और आज हम जो खड़े हैं जहां एक अगर वर्ल्ड वाइड देखें, so we are basically among the top most countries, those who are into this field, ठीक है. and we are churning out lot of skills. आपको जानकर हैरानी होगी, हमारे पास कुछ ऐसे भी स्किल्स हिंदुस्तान ने निकाले हैं जो कि आज शाइनिंग स्टार्स हैं. ठीक है. आपको ये जानकर बहुत हैरानी होगी, द माया सॉफ्टवेयर आप सभी लोग जानते हैं. it was designed by an Indian, Professor Karan Sher Singh. He was from Delhi. He did it engineering from College of Engineering from Chennai, and then he moved to Canada in early 80s, 84. और वहाँ पर उन्होंने एक यूनिवर्सिटी को ज्वाइन किया एज अ प्रोफेसर. बट उनका एक माइंडसेट था कि वो कुछ अलग करना चाहते हैं. उनका डिजाइनिंग की तरफ ज़्यादा तवज्जो था, ध्यान था. उन्होंने एक टीम गैदर की, अ टीम ऑफ प्रोफेशनल्स. उस वक्त वजूद था एक ही सॉफ्टवेयर का, दैट वाज 3D स्टूडियो मैक्स. तो फिर इन्होंने लॉन्च किया विद एक ग्रुप फॉर्म किया, एलियास वेव फ्रंट, और इन्होंने लॉन्च किया माया, which was being used by many directors, versatile directors like Steven Spielberg and many more. ठीक है. मैंने एक नाम लिया क्योंकि मेनली इसे तो एटलीस्ट सभी लोग जानते होंगे जो फिल्में बहुत कम भी देखते होंगे. तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि एक इंसान जो एक इंडियन है जिसने एक इस तरह का सॉफ्टवेयर इजाज किया, आज वो दुनिया का एक माना हुआ सॉफ्टवेयर है. सो इट इज एवरीवेयर. ठीक है. मैं समीर हून का नाम लेना चाहूंगा, जिन्होंने टर्मिनेटर पार्ट 4 में वीएफएक्स का सारा काम किया था, विजुअल इफेक्ट्स का. ही इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट वीएफएक्स आर्टिस्ट इन यूएसए. समीर हून, अगेन फ्रॉम दिल्ली. ठीक है. और ये भी मूव कर गए थे अर्ली 80s 90s में टू यूएस से. और इन्होंने एक प्रोडक्शन हाउस लॉन्च किया हिंदुस्तान में विद द नेम प्राणास.
Okay, great.
Yes, Pooja.
Yeah, Mr. Channa, I think your screen is freezed. It's just showing us still the speakers.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, we will definitely move ahead once we are into the history of animation, which is again continued by Mr. Abhishek. So this is just an introductory note, nothing else. So
Great.
definitely we'll start with the slides. Yeah.
I'm really amazed with the history.
Okay.
Okay, Okay, please.
Okay, fine. So, we will definitely let you know many more wonderful things, many more experiences, many more, amazing, things we'll share with you in our coming slides. Let me hand it over to Mr. Abhishek for further slides, and then I'll catch you later. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Gurmeet sir. Thank you, Arena Animation and MESC for providing us this platform. And thank you, Colonel Khabanda, for this wonderful introduction.
Exactly.
So, good morning, everyone. I'm Abhishek, and I teach the art of CG art and animation in Arena Animation Academy, Preet Vihar, New Delhi. The subjects of my choice are CG asset creation, loop development, and animation. I have been associated with some of the top animation education brands of India for the last 15 years, last 5 years of which have been with Arena Animation, Preet Vihar, training some of the finest young talents, and some of whom are today successfully working as CG animation artists. So today, as I start with this webinar, I'll start by talking a little about the past, present, and future of animation, as well as about some of the technical aspects of the wonderful art form. So let's go back a little by about 20 years. Yeah. So, animation, as we know today, it had started like animation is a serious form of filmmaking. Just हम animation आज देखते हैं as a huge industry and all. So this began in 1937. When Walt Disney first of all released his ambitious first full-length feature film, that was Snow White, that was released in 1937. Uske pehle there were works like there were animation actually was started by Emil Cole and James Stewart Blackton back in the 1900s.
Everybody must be wondering about Walt Disney.
Yeah. Disney actually is actually the founding father of animation industry.
Yeah,
but animation as a whole, animation as an art was started by Emil Cole and James Stewart Blackton in the early like 1896, 1900, like that. And then VFX, as we see today, VFX started out as special effects. That was again in 1902, so long back. Abhi jo ho raha hai, hum to dekh rahe hain, but it was started long back. It started in 1902. Great. It was started by George Méliès. So this is like from 1937 onwards. If you see from Walt Disney's Snow White to today's the latest offerings from Pixar, animation has fleshed out as a total huge industry. But that's
Abhishek, don't you think that Walt Disney he works himself all alone?
Yeah, he definitely had a huge team, had a huge creative talent.
But I heard he is
with him.
Good friend of him. There is a very good friend of him.
Yeah, there was works, and there were works, and there were the 9 old men of Disney, whom we call the greatest animators of Disney, who actually framed out all the animation principles and the rules of animations and stuff. So that was back in 1937, until today, the Disney and Pixar, they have become an animation giant. But that is when we are talking about USA. When we are talking about, if you look at Asia, it's not that Asia animation is very new. Animation in Asia is very new or something. If you look at Japan, the Japanese manga animation is extremely popular today. If you see kids every time they're watching products like Ben 10 or Doraemon or even One Punch Man, Tokyo Ghoul. These are some of the most popular Japanese manga animation stuffs. Like it was pioneered by the Ghibli studios, by the Hayao Miyazaki, and Japanese animation again, it's a brand by itself. If you look at India, Indian animation, actually it was it was pioneered by Dadasaheb Phalke. He started with a small stop motion animation called The Growth of a Pea Plant. That was back in the early 20th century. And then it was carried forward, the legacy was carried forward by the legendary late Ram Mohan sir and late Bhimsen Khurana sir. Everybody has seen Ek Chidiya Anek Chidiya, right?
Ek Chidiya,
Ek Chidiya Anek Chidiya on Doordarshan. Everybody has seen them. So that's the story of animation as we talk about. If we see in the if you look at the gaming craze, the video gaming craze that is in today, it started back in the 1960s. The video game craze, it was started in those video game parlors in USA and all, and then it slowly gave way to arcade gaming. Like most of us haven't seen arcade gaming in full glory. Its full glory. If you see in some of those films, which films or TV shows which shows the 1960s or 1980s world, there you can see the kids going to video parlors and playing those video arcade games and stuff. So that was the starting. If we look at 3D animation today, 3D animation. If we look at 3D animation, again, 3D animation basically started out in the 1970s or 80s when it was used primarily for creating special effects in movies like Star Wars or Tron or Star Trek. Like Gurmeet sir, you definitely have seen that in your childhood. I didn't. I am too young for that. But yes,
yeah, I knew one of the movie Return of Jedi.
Yeah, of course. Movie. No, definitely. I have seen the entire Star Wars franchise. I'm a fan of that. But Star Wars was released. The first film was released in 1977. So yes. The entire 3D animation stuff. Tron was released in 1981. Star Trek was released during some similar period, and there were arcade gaming. Arcade gamings like Battlezone, which was again using 3D animation totally for creating the wonderful graphics, which might look a little shoddy today, but yes, that was the starting point. 3D animation filmmaking, actually, if you see, 3D animation filmmaking started in 1984 with Pixar's first animated short film, Andre and Wallaby. You can go and watch it out on YouTube. It's there, very much there. Basically, Pixar, headed by John Lasseter, started researching on animated content using 3D technology, and they made this wonderful film, Andre and Wallaby. And then from then onwards, Pixar started like releasing one short film each year till 1995, when they released their first major 3D animated film, that was Toy Story.
And Abhishek sir, I would like to include one thing. During 1990s, during my very young age, when I was very young age, I saw a movie with the name E.T. Extraterrestrial.
Absolutely, it was Steven Spielberg.
That was Steven Spielberg's first movie, which is in which basically the technology which is being used in that movie is animatronics, the robotics.
Absolutely.
First time they used robots. So robot was the very latest feature by that time. It was again a revolution.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as when you mention ET, I should also mention another thing. There is a wide speculation, or there's a wide rumor that ET, the actual idea, the origin of the story of ET was from a story of one of our greatest Indian film directors, the late Mr. Satyajit Ray, who wrote a short story involving an alien, and he was thinking about making a film which didn't materialize. He was in talks with Universal and some of the best studios of Hollywood. It didn't materialize, but that story actually gave away to the entire alien movie concept.
Yes, Mr. Abhishek, I read that particular literature, and we should, we should be give him a big hand.
Yeah, Mr. Ray, who actually won he was the first Oscar winner of our country, the only Oscar-winning film director. And from 1919 onwards, if we come back to animation and VFX, if we see the extensive use of CG in movies that started with the films like Terminator or Jurassic Park, all of us, that was our childhood. We used to get fantasized by the images of Arnold Schwarzenegger or the dinos in Jurassic Park, and Titanic. Titanic was again something that brought the term CG to everybody's lips. So James Cameron, again a pioneer.
All the awards,
Absolutely. It won 10 awards. It won 10 awards, probably, if I'm not wrong. And it was the first movie after Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur won 11 awards in 1959. And Titanic almost equaled that. And that later was again broken by, the record was again broken by Lord of the Rings in 2003.
Yes, yes.
So from 2000 onwards, 3D has been a part and parcel of all the movies. Like if you look at Matrix, Lord of the Rings, to current the Avengers, Avatar, and the popular games like storytelling games like Max Payne, which started back in the late 90s or early 2000s, and to Batman, and to the recent phenomena PUBG. Everybody in the audience must have most of the audience in the like have definitely played a game like PUBG and all. Right.
Trust me,
So
I think yes, I think I'm interrupting, but
yeah, sure, sure.
I felt like talking as you two were talking.
Sure, please.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Wondering about the history of animation gaming, as you're telling, and it's like going from your when you look at the background, looking at the Mickey Mouse. When we talk about Mickey Mouse, I think even still till date, or
Yeah,
even
from 1928, Mickey Mouse. The first short came out in
And
1928.
it was not a first, basically, a Walt Disney character. The first was, I believe, the Roger Rabbit.
Oswald the Rabbit. It was Oswald the Rabbit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
okay.
Oswald the Rabbit.
Because I
And
think Mickey Mouse, if you turn on the TV on with the Mickey Mouse, everybody will turn their neck towards that.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
it's a
Mickey Mouse.
charismatic character. It is a very charismatic character.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
Mickey.
it's like a magnet. You cannot leave it.
Of
I don't
course.
know
Absolutely,
what happens to
absolutely.
Mickey Mouse. Like their songs and how I do remember it's Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Mickey Mouse started out as a silent short. In 1928, it was a silent short, and I think 1932, Mickey Mouse, the first talkie film of Mickey Mouse, came out.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Great.
it's been there. It's pretty old. Like it's been there, and it's evergreen. It's old, but it's evergreen. You cannot take the magic out of Mickey Mouse.
Yes, absolutely. Great.
Yeah. So that was the history of animation in a nutshell. Now we can move on to the next slide. I think the animation expanse. So you see, animation has come a long way from those. Like if you see animation, we were talking about James Stewart Blackton and Emil Cole and Winsor McKay. I shouldn't forget to mention Winsor McKay, who brought in the first sort of traditional paper drawn animation. That was Gertie the Dinosaur. So from that time, that was in 1911, when he brought out a small short called Little Nemo. And from that to till date, the magic of animation has just expanded. That time it was just purely for entertainment. Today it is involved in everything. We have animation in animated films. We have I have used some of the slides over here, the GIFs. I don't know whether the GIFs are playing well or not, but you can see some of the popular animated films today, like Coco, or if you see films like Frozen or Shrek, or even Up, Ratatouille. All these are like blockbuster animated films, and kids love watching them. Kids love watching them. Even the kids who were back in 1911 from to 2020, the kids just love animation. And not only the kids, the adults love animation. Like we love animation. When you watch a film like Jungle Book, or when you watch a film like Lion King, we are absolutely mesmerized when we watch like animated content. And then there are live action films, live action VFX films. Everybody knows the live action VFX films. We have films like Avengers, we have films like Avatar, we have films like Jungle Book. Jungle Book is again a live action VFX film, which has both CG content and CG content is basically computer generated content, and that is mixed with reality, with live action footage. So when you mix live action footage with CG content, then you have a live action VFX films. Which are again amazing stuff, like all the big blockbuster potboilers of Hollywood. They are all mostly live action VFX films, starting from Avatar or Avengers or Pacific Rim, all these films. Then you have PC and console and mobile gaming. PC, console, and mobile gaming. Everybody, you can see the this GIF of this GIF image of PUBG, and there are multiple games like God of War, or Assassin's Creed, and Batman, like Arkham Asylum.
अभिषेक सर, मैं एक बीच में include करना चाहूँगा. We are talking about PC, console, and mobile gaming. I still remember that was the year 1989. I was a kid. तो जो पहला वीडियो गेम पार्लर खुला था दिल्ली के अंदर, I don't know about the India by that time, but the first video gaming parlor was inaugurated in South X Part 1. तो उस वक्त हम वहां जाया करते थे उसे खेलने, कार गेम, मोटर बाइक गेम्स, दैट वाज फैंटास्टिक. सो एवरीबडी यूज्ड टू एंजॉय, वहां पे क्यू लगती थी बकायदा, एंड दैट वाज अमेजिंग. उसके आगे एक पार्क होता था, पार्क में लोग बैठते थे, उनको टिकट दिए जाते थे. उनकी बारी आती थी, they used to play the games, and that was really amazing by that time.
Right. Those were like great days. I was even a smaller kid that time, and you definitely don't mind Gurmeet sir minding you the age difference. Yeah. Okay. So now the PC and mobile games, they have another thing that has flourished in the recent days, that is augmented reality, which is very much there, where you can play games or interact with a CG environment standing in your real environment. You just need a headgear or a prop controller, and you can just interact with the 3D environment, with a computer generated environment, standing in your at the comfort of your home. So that is augmented reality, again very much used in education as well as in entertainment purpose, as well as there's doing a lot of stuff in hotel industries also. Like you're standing in front of a hotel, you can use augmented reality to just get a feel of.
Few of the very good games were also launched with augmented reality, like
Yeah,
Pokemon, that was
absolutely.
here 2016, Engage
Right.
2012, Harry Potter, Wizard, Ghostbusters, Angry Birds, fantastic games.
Right, absolutely. Augmented reality has really caught up with the fantasies of the young generation. Then we have product designs and commercials. You watch any kind of a phone commercial, or you watch a sunglass commercial, or you watch even a microwave commercial, and you see those parts are getting separated, and then they join back again. Those things are all done in animation. Those things are totally 3D. If you watch if you see a watch commercial, and you see the watch commercial, the parts getting separated, you can see each and every part, and then combined, they're being combined together through animation. So absolutely fabulous stuff.
And Abhishek sir, I think product designing is one of the hottest cake right now into the market during the lockdown. A lot of guys, lot of
Absolutely.
students, they are getting job in this. Amazon
Absolutely.
Prime, I must say.
Yeah. Amazon is it's a tech giant today, and they are recruiting. Even they've recruited quite a few of our students. We are very proud to share that on this platform, that they have
Yeah,
recruited
exactly.
some of our students who are working as 3D modelers with Amazon, and they've been working for quite some time. Even during lockdown period, they've been working from home for Amazon. And then we come to event design. I think Gurmeet sir, you have a better idea about event design and stuff. You've done hands-on stuff on that. So it will be great if you share your
Okay,
experience on event design.
fine, thank you. As far event designing is concerned, I'm not directly related to this thing. Yeah, of course, my wife, she's an interior designer. She was into this thing, this part. So I have a bit of knowledge about it. So event designing, it basically, it is a very old industry in India. It started in the year 1950s. The first एवर जो आजादी के बाद जो मेरे ख्याल से जो कांग्रेस सेशन हुआ था, द फर्स्ट कांग्रेस सेशन, दैट वाज ईयर 1955, जुलाई 24th 1955, द फर्स्ट कांग्रेस सेशन जब ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया था, तो उसको एक प्राइवेट कंपनी ने उसको किया था, उसको प्रमोट किया था. मैं उसका नाम भी लेना चाहूंगा, एनके कपूर प्राइवेट लिमिटेड. It is an oldest firm in India, and still it exists, and it is one of the giant event designing company in India. So from there the event designing started. इवेंट डिजाइनिंग जरूरी नहीं कि आप इस तरह के बड़े सेमिनार्स कर रहे हैं, उनको डिजाइन करती है. यू मस्ट हैव विजिटेड प्रगति मैदान फॉर डिफेंस एक्सपो, बुक एक्सपो एंड मैनी मोर इवेंट्स. तो वहाँ पर आप जो ह्यूज मैसिव स्टॉल्स देखते हैं, ऑटो एक्सपो में भी आपने देखे होंगे. सो वो भी इवेंट डिजाइनिंग में ही आता है. सो इवेंट डिजाइनिंग, इट इज अगेन अ वेरी गुड ऑप्शन फॉर द जॉब्स. एंड लॉकडाउन की जहाँ मैं बात करूँगा, बहुत ज़रूरत बन रही है यहाँ पर, बहुत सारी जॉब्स जनरेट हो रही हैं. द पीपल बेसिकली दे आर वेटिंग फॉर द अनलॉक, दीज गाइज, द इवेंट डिजाइनिंग गाइज, क्योंकि अब इवेंट्स हो रहे हैं, आप भी जानते हैं, आप न्यूज़ देखते हैं, इवेंट्स, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा प्रगति मैदान जैसे इवेंट्स, कुछ पॉलिटिकल इवेंट्स बहुत हो रहे हैं, और कुछ ऐसे इवेंट्स जो कि कुछ कंपनीज ऑर्गेनाइज कर रही हैं, उसके लिए अब बहुत सारी डिमांड बन रही है, जनरेट हो रही है। एंड नेक्स्ट इज एजुकेशन। एजुकेशन ऑफ कोर्स, मेरे ख्याल से ये जितने भी हमारे साथ शेयर कर रहे हैं ये वीडियो, वो इससे बहुत ही ज़्यादा मुखातिब हो चुके होंगे, उनको समझ में आ गया होगा कि इसका पोटेंशियल क्या है एजुकेशन में। क्योंकि आज जो हम कर रहे हैं ऑनलाइन, जो स्काइप के थ्रू हो रहा है, इट इज़ अगेन अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस एनिमेशन. So we are basically providing a lot many thing with animation to this education industry. आप किसी भी चीज को सिमुलेट करके दिखा सकते हैं. मैं आई लाइक टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द इंजीनियरिंग. आप देख सकते हैं कि एक कॉर्नर में आप कुछ मशीन्स वगैरह, टूल्स वगैरह देख रहे हैं, बॉल बेरिंग्स देख रहे हैं. तो हम कुछ ज़्यादा स्लाइड्स नहीं इनमें इनपुट कर पाए, बट मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा देयर आर मेनी मोर कॉलेजेस. जैसे आप दिल्ली आईआईटी की बात कर लेते हैं, आईटीआई की, दिल्ली आईटीआई जो टेक्निकल कोर्सेज पे सिखाते हैं, तो they use software for the education like AutoCAD. Let me start with this, क्योंकि AutoCAD का मैंने जिक्र इसलिए लिया किया क्योंकि बहुत ही कॉमनली यूज सॉफ्टवेयर है, इसे मेरे ख्याल से सभी लोग जानते होंगे. ठीक है, तो एजुकेशन के लिए आपके अब सॉफ्टवेयर बीच में आ रहे हैं. आपका जो अभी सर पहले बात कर चुके हैं, ऑगमेंटेड रियलिटी, AR VR का भी इस्तेमाल हो रहा है बहुत ही बखूबी. ठीक है, और अब आपकी
in fact you can go into a software by using augmented reality and all. You just
exactly. Now you have
and stuff.
exactly. तो आपकी अब वो वर्चुअल क्लासेस होती हैं, आप उस क्लासरूम में बैठ सकते हैं, देख सकते हैं क्या हो रहा है. ठीक है ना, वो माहौल फील कर सकते हैं. तो बिसाइड्स मैकेनिकल, आर्किटेक्चरल एंड मेनी मोर थिंग, अब AR VR का भी उसमें बीच में आप कह सकते हैं समावेश है, यू नो, द मिक्सचर एजुकेशन के. सर आगे स्लाइड देखेंगे.
Sure. Yeah, then we have 3D printing. 3D printing is basically a pretty new technology. It's not, I should not say a new technology, it's been there for some time, but a lot of people don't know about this yet. So you can see this small GIF that I have included in this. So what you can do is you can use any kind of material in a 3D printer, and you can print out whatever you have created in a 3D software. Like if you use something, a 3D software like 3ds Max or Maya or even ZBrush, and you sculpt or model something, and then you can print that thing exactly in your desired dimensions, in centimeters, millimeters, or feet, and you can just print that object out layer by layer. You can see this kind of the object, a small statue is being printed over here. And not only in statues, 3D printing is being used today in food technology, in weapons technology, as well as in creating artificial organs. So 3D printing is pretty big now. Like even in India, we have 3D printers. Some of them are as cheap as something around 15 to 20,000 rupees, and you can have your own personal 3D printer at home, and you create something, and you print out a showpiece or a food or whatever kind of stuff. So 3D printing is pretty in right now.
But exactly, but if you go for a raw material, it's pretty expensive.
No, that's somewhere there needs to be a catch, right? Yeah. Then we have architecture pre-visualization. You're the best person to talk about that, about architecture previews.
Fine, thank you. So as far the architecture and pre-visualization is concerned, okay, again, the softwares, the credit goes to the software. Early 80s में 70s में काम जो होता था, that was by manual होता था. ड्राफ्ट्समैन जो है मैनुअली डिज़ाइन करते थे, प्लान्स को डिज़ाइन करते थे, एलिवेशंस डिज़ाइन करते थे. बट नाउ द टाइम इज विद द सॉफ्टवेयर. और आप यकीन नहीं करेंगे, ऑटोटेक्स ने जो लॉन्च किया था ऑटोकैड 3D स्टूडियो मैक्स, वो इसी के मद्देनजर में इनको लॉन्च किया था. इट वाज द 1980s एरा, जब यूएस में एक रेवोल्यूशन था फॉर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, फॉर द बिल्डिंग्स. सो दे नीड सच अ सॉफ्टवेयर व्हिच इज वेरी प्रिसाइज. तो उन्होंने फिर ऑटोडेक्स को ये काम दिया था, एंड ऑटोडेक्स दे क्रिएटेड अ सॉफ्टवेयर विद द नेम ऑटोकैड इन द ईयर 1984. But AutoCAD itself, it cannot perform many more things like आप कह सकते हैं simulations नहीं कर पाता था, walkthroughs and all those stuff. And in case if you want to show a crankshaft which is running, the pistons which are rotating or moving around that axle, तो अगर आप नहीं दिखा पा रहे ऑटोकैड में, तो फिर उन्होंने लॉन्च किया 3D स्टूडियो मैक्स। ऑफ कोर्स पहले उन्होंने काइनेटिक्स को कांटेक्ट किया। काइनेटिक्स एक अलग एक सॉफ्टवेयर एसोसिएशन थी, उन्होंने उनको बताया कि हमें एक ऐसा सॉफ्टवेयर चाहिए, एंड दे लॉन्च देन 3D स्टूडियो। इट वाज अ नेम विद द नेम 3D स्टूडियो, इट वाज नॉट मैक्स। 1985 की बात है ये, एंड अभी आप देख रहे हैं कि हम कहाँ तक पहुंच चुके हैं। सो आर्किटेक्चरल कहाँ जहाँ तक सवाल है, अब तो आर्किटेक्चरल में आपका AR VR भी आ चुका है, एंड Ansal is going to be the first builders in India, those who are going to use AR VR technology for their clients. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी आप फ्लैट देखने जाते होंगे अपने मॉम डैड के साथ, तो आपको एक एजेंट है, वो आपको बता होगा, देखिए ये ड्राइंग रूम है, ये डाइनिंग है, ये वो है, ये फलाना है। Now there is no need to go a miles along a distance to see your flat. तो अब आपको उनके दफ्तर में ही सब दिखा दिया जाएगा, आपको एक कंसोल दे दिया जाएगा पहनने के लिए। It's like a helmet-like structure, which gives you an illusion, which moves you into a virtual world of architectural. आप अपने आप को उस फ्लैट में मौजूद पाएंगे और आप वहाँ हर चीज को हरकत में ले सकते हैं। You can even open the drawers, the cabinets, almiras. You can shift the furniture yourself, and many more things. तो आप देख रहे हैं आर्किटेक्चर एंड प्री विजुअलाइजेशन में भी बहुत ज़्यादा एडवांसमेंट आ गई है। और of
It's a mix
course,
of augmented reality and
exactly, it is a
visualization.
mix of augmented reality and virtual reality. We call it mixed reality. It is basically a
Right.
hybrid of augmented reality and virtual reality.
Absolutely, it's a pretty immersive experience.
Exactly.
Right.
So now let us move towards engineering. Okay, अगर मैं आर्किटेक्चर से इंजीनियरिंग की तरफ आ रहा हूँ, of course आर्किटेक्चरल पार्ट इज अगेन, हम उसे एक इंजीनियरिंग ही बोलेंगे, बट हम आर्किटेक्चर में पहले मैं दोबारा जाना चाहूंगा। आई एम रियली सॉरी। आप लोग सोच रहे होंगे ये तो आर्किटेक्ट्स के लिए है, आपके लिए क्या है? मैं आपको फिर बता देना चाहूंगा, आर्किटेक्चर के लिए आप भी हैं। ऑफ कोर्स आप आर्किटेक्ट नहीं बनेंगे, बट आप प्री विजुअलाइजर्स बनेंगे। और आपको ये जानकर बहुत खुशी होगी कि इस लॉकडाउन में ये प्रोसेस शुरू हो चुका है। आई वुड लाइक टू नो नेम द कपल ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स। सलमान कादर, he got a job in Lofute Service. It's a French based company. इसका जो हेड ऑफिस है, it is situated in बेंगलुरु, और he started as a, अभी वो घर पर ये काम कर रहे हैं, वर्क एट होम, and he's getting 17,000 for that. And once he joined that company after the lockdown is over, उसकी जो सैलरी है that goes around 35 to 36,000. मैं एक दूसरे शख्स का नाम लेना चाहूँगा, ये बहुत ही मेहनती स्टूडेंट्स रहे हैं, अब्दुस सामी। So he got a job in Emirates, that is in Dubai, और एक बहुत बड़ी कंपनी है मॉल ऑफ एमिरेट्स, जो पूरे यूनाइटेड अरब एमिरेट्स में मॉल को बनाती है। वहाँ पर इसको प्री विजुअलाइजर की जॉब लगी है। एज अ फ्रेशर ही विल गेट 95,000 पर मंथ। राइट नाउ ये वर्क फ्रॉम होम कर रहा है उन्हीं के लिए। वंस द फ्लाइट्स जब स्टार्ट हो जाएंगी तो ही विल मूव टू दुबई। तो ये
That's a
वो
great
स्टूडेंट्स
achievement.
है, या एग्जैक्टली।
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
so many opportunities in this field.
exactly. So
Right.
ये हमारे shining stars हैं हमारे इन 4 centers के, and there are many more to say. There are many more to come yet in this presentation. So architectural का जो हिस्सा आया, तो मुझे ये information आपको देना बहुत ज़रूरी मैंने समझा। Okay, now engineering. तो हमारे पास ऐसे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट आते हैं जो engineering background से हैं, जो civil engineers हैं, मैकेनिकल engineers हैं। वो क्यों आते हैं? दैट इज फॉर द सिमुलेशन। हमारे पास कुछ ऐसे भी स्टूडेंट्स आए हैं जो चंडीगढ़ की जो एक यूनिवर्सिटी है, जो हिंदुस्तान में अकेली यूनिवर्सिटी है जो ऑटोमोबाइल्स में है। दे आर इनटू ऑटोमोबाइल डिजाइनिंग, दे आर ऑटोमोबाइल इंजीनियर्स। वो नए किस्म की हाइब्रिड कार्स तैयार करते हैं। तो हिंदुस्तान की जो पहली अभी जो गाड़ी आने वाली है, स्टिल अब मैं उसका नाम भूल गया, आई एम रियली सॉरी, जो पहली आपकी हाइब्रिड कार है, दैट इज जो बिजली से चलती है, बैटरी से चलती है, जो इको फ्रेंडली है। इट इज डिजाइंड बाय द चंडीगढ़ कॉलेज ऑफ ऑटोमोबाइल्स। सो वहाँ से
That's
भी
great.
कुछ इंजीनियरिंग
That's great.
स्टूडेंट हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं हमारे इन 4 ब्रांचेस में, जो समझ रहे हैं, सीख रहे हैं कार को सिमुलेट कैसे किया जाता है, उसको मूवमेंट देनी हो, वगैरह वगैरह। There are many more things. So again, a very interesting thing. Now the medical. Now next is medical. As far the medical is concerned, जैसे अभी अभिषेक सर ने बताया कि अब कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो इंक्लूड हो चुकी हैं मेडिकल साइंसेस में। दैट इज फॉर आर्टिफिशियल ऑर्गन्स। ठीक है, जो 3D
Right.
प्रिंटिंग, जैसे आर्टरीज हैं आपकी हार्ट की, तो वो पहले मुहैया नहीं हो पाती थी, तो आजकल वो आप 3D प्रिंटिंग से क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। ऑफ कोर्स जैसे मैंने बताया, रॉ मटेरियल दे आर प्रीटी एक्सपेंसिव, तो बट आप सोच सकते हैं कितने लोगों को फायदा होगा इस चीज का। ठीक है, और मेडिकल साइंसेस में आजकल AR VR का भी इस्तेमाल हो रहा है, वेयर द स्टूडेंट, जहां आप पहले क्या होता था, पहले आपको डायसेक्शन करने के लिए यू नीड, sorry to use this word early in the morning, a dead body. So now those days are over. Now you don't have to need a body. अब आप एक CG बेस्ड एक ह्यूमन का आप डायसेक्शन कर सकते हैं। यू कैन सी ईच एंड एवरी पार्ट, आप उसको
Right.
देख सकते हैं। जो रिसर्चर्स होते हैं, स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, उनके लिए बहुत ही एक उम्दा नायाब टेक्नोलॉजी है। सो इट इज़ देयर इन मेडिकल। हमारे पास अब स्टूडेंट किस लिए आते हैं? हमारे पास स्टूडेंट आते हैं उन ऑर्गन्स को 3D में कैसे कन्वर्ट करना है फॉर द सिमुलेशंस। ठीक है, वो सीखने आते हैं हमारे पास, और हमारे भी स्टूडेंट लगते हैं वहां पर। ऑफ
Right.
कोर्स
Right.
दे डोंट बिकम अ डॉक्टर्स, यू नो। तो यहाँ पे सीखने के
But
बाद वहां
they
पर,
become the medical visualizers.
या
What they do
एग्जैक्टली,
is
मेडिकल विजुअलाइजर्स, ऑफ कोर्स।
like we can see the image I have put over here. There's basically a 3D generated image of the coronavirus. Everybody is aware of that. So this is an imagery. It's been designed by a 3D artist, keeping in mind the exact dimensions and the look and feel of the virus, the how the virus looks. So
Yeah,
it's a
though
kind
it
of
is a very deadly virus, but it is beautiful, isn't it?
it is beautiful. It's sort of a femme fatale. So yeah, so it's there with this kind of there's all kind of visualizations we can do, like starting from engineering, as you
Yeah.
said, or in medical, or even in defense that we see. Even for defense, when you're creating a weapon, when you're introducing a new weapon, or you're introducing a new kind of a new fighter jet or something, all the simulations they're done and created in 3D softwares.
Yeah, sir, I would like to include few things in defense. Of course, जब डिफेंस कोई भी चीज बात आती है तो हमें अपने स्टूडेंट्स की बहुत याद आती है। तो बात करना मैं चाहूंगा 2002 की। आई रिमेम्बर स्टूडेंट विद द नेम अनिल चेत्री। ये जनाब आए थे नेपाल से, नेपालीज थे ये, और वहाँ की नेशनल फुटबॉल टीम में खेला करते थे। ड्यू टू सम प्ले ही ब्रोक हिज एंकल, किसी का जो स्पाइक है उसके एंकल पर आ गया था, एंड ही क्रश्ड हिज एंकल गॉट क्रश्ड। तो उसका फिर क्या हुआ, उसका जो स्पोर्ट्स वाली जिंदगी थी वो ओवर हो गई। He was in India and he was looking for some career, and finally he joined Arena, South X branch, और यहाँ पर उन्होंने सीखा। एंड आपको जान के बहुत खुशी होगी, उन्होंने फिर यहाँ के सिटीजनशिप ले ली थी, एंड ही इज द फर्स्ट पर्सन हु जॉइंड DRDO, डिफेंस एंड रिसर्च ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ इंडिया, एज अ विजुअलाइजर, 3D विजुअलाइजर। जैसे अभिषेक सर ने बताया कि आप वहाँ पे सिमुलेशंस बनती हैं, 3D सिमुलेशंस तैयार की जाती हैं, वहाँ पर आपके जो नए हथियार हैं उनको सिमुलेट करके उनको देखा जाता है, उनके मासेस को चेक किया जाता है, उनकी स्पीड को चेक किया जाता है, उनकी ग्रेविटेशनल फंक्शन को चेक किया जाता है, उनकी क्षमता, जो उनकी मार क्षमता है उसको चेक किया जाता है। देयर आर मेनी मोर थिंग्स व्हिच वी डोंट नो एग्जैक्टली, क्योंकि वो मुझे बताता है जब वो उस सेंटर में जाता था उसका ब्रीफ पूरा चेकअप किया जाता था, कहीं वो कुछ चीज ले तो नहीं जा रहा, और उसको बहुत ही सिक्योरिटी में रखा हुआ था, उसको अलग से एक फ्लैट दिया हुआ था, इवन विद ऑफ कोर्स द सिक्योरिटी। And now this guy, Anil Chetri, he's working with Blur Studio USA, one of the finest, one of the best, you can say, a gaming company in the world. So ये शाइनिंग स्टार्स हैं अरेना के, जिन्हें हम हमेशा याद रखेंगे। बीच बीच में डेफिनेटली हम बताते रहेंगे। सर आप भी जरा बताते रहिएगा जैसे जैसे टॉपिक्स आते रहेंगे। आई डोंट नो हमारे पास इतना वक्त बचेगा नहीं बचेगा, बट ये बहुत ज़रूरी लोग हैं, ये इनको ये क्रेडिबिलिटी जानी चाहिए।
Absolutely, they are our achievers. They have been our achievers, and we have more achievers like up and coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So next is fashion designing.
Fashion
Now,
designing.
as far the fashion designing is concerned, again, आप सर देख रहे हैं, आप एक स्लाइड में देख रहे हैं। अब यहाँ पर क्या है, नाउ यू कैन पुट द न्यू क्लॉथ्स। अब क्या है, जितने बड़े एक्सपोर्ट हाउसेज हैं, फैशन डिज़ाइनर हैं, वो डिज़ाइन करते हैं क्लॉथिंग को, और उसको वो ट्राई करते हैं अपने 3D एक कैरेक्टर के ऊपर, मेल फीमेल with different figures, etc. They can see how the cloth fit to their
In real
body.
time,
Yeah,
in real
exactly.
time
In
they
real
can see
time, of
that.
course.
Real
As you
time.
can see, the person, he's dragging that Udo part of that, the cap part of that character from his head. तो आप इसको अनजिप कर सकते हैं, जो भी आप कर सकते हैं, जैसे क्लॉथिंग के साथ करते हैं, आप उसको चेक कर सकते हैं. Again, it is a
With the particular clothes that we have created, how that cloth is, how the flow of the cloth is going to work.
बनते हैं, तो एक एक को तो काटेगा नहीं कोई, वो भी सीजर से. सो व्हाट दे डू इज कैड में या इस तरह किस्म के सॉफ्टवेयर्स में एक पार्ट होता है जिसे हम ब्लॉकिंग कहते हैं. ब्लॉकिंग में आप उस पर्टिकुलर पैटर्न को ब्लॉक करते हैं और उसको हम लेजर कटर की तरफ भेज दिया जाता है. तो वहां पर पूरा का पूरा एक आप कह सकते हैं कपड़ों का एक स्टैक पड़ा होता है. तो वो लेजर कटर है, वो पूरे स्टैक को काटता हुआ जाता है, तो आपको कटआउट मिल जाते हैं. सो टेक्नोलॉजी आप देख सकते हैं, it is being now into fashion designing. And as for the jewelry designing is concerned, of course, हमें इसे अलग नहीं समझना चाहिए. आजकल जो बहुत ही बारीक डिजाइनिंग होती है, वो बहुत ही बारीक, जैसे माइन्यूट डिजाइनिंग जो होती है, that is through सॉफ्टवेयर्स. आप सॉफ्टवेयर के थ्रू उस माइन्यूट डिजाइन को बना सकते हैं वेरी प्रिसाइसली. अगेन मैं ऑटोकैड का नाम लेना चाहूंगा. ऑटोकैड इज इनटू दिस ज्वेलरी डिजाइनिंग. सो आप देख रहे हैं कि जो अभी सर ने बताया, द एनिमेशन एक्सपेंस जो बता रहे हैं, उसका वो कितना उसकी विशालता है. जैसे एक्सपेंस का नाम मतलब है विशालता, कितना विशाल फैल चुका है. इट इज एवरीवेयर, इट इज इन अ पार्ट ऑफ अ लाइफ. इवन आप अपनी डोरबेल आपने घर पे लगा रखी होगी, उसके अंदर एक छोटा सा स्क्रीन होगा कि अगर कोई आ रहा है तो वहां पर किसी का एक सिंबल आ जाएगा, एक इंसान का, वो कुछ बोलता हुआ कि नीचे कोई है. तो आपको वहां पे भी आपको एक एनिमेशन नजर आ रही है. इट इज एवरीवेयर. इवन आपको आपकी जो वॉशिंग मशीन है, वो जो आपकी ऑटोमेटिक वॉशिंग मशीन है, उसके टैबलेट पे भी आपको नजर आएंगी एनिमेशन.
Right.
जी सर.
So that sums up pretty much the expanse of the animation stuff. Now we can go through a few dry data. So it's pretty much standard
This is
data that we
technical,
can
I
see.
believe.
Absolutely technical. So, but a couple of things that I would like to mention here, as people are seeing, there's nothing much to say over here. What I would like to mention is the fourth point, which says about 20-25% cost of a movie, of a live action VFX movie, that they're talking about mainly of a big Hollywood film or a big Indian like Hindi film. So 20 to 25% of the cost of making a movie belongs to VFX, that is CG and VFX. So that is a big chunk. Like 1/4 of your production cost, if it belongs to VFX and CG, so that you can easily guess how much jobs and how much scope for animators and CG artists it can create. So that is the main thing to see over here. And also the market is just growing. As we can see, according to the expanse of this field, and according to the size of the streaming market, the job content, the job requirement, the demand of CG artists and VFX artists is just up and growing. So, which is a very good thing actually. That means that our the students who are just going on for a normal for a regular courses like you're going for a regular study or for a regular graduation. If you go on for a course in animation and VFX, you have a bigger scope. You've got a bigger scope at a totally somewhat unexplored scope, I would like to mention, where you can get into a thing like movie making. It's a fun stuff as well as much more creative, fun stuff, and well-paying job. So the next thing that we can see, the global trends. Now during lockdown, we are basically sitting at our home and we cannot go to the theaters, we cannot go to the cinema halls, but still we are watching content. We are watching content in platforms like Netflix, Amazon, Hotstar. Some people have taken subscriptions of Z5 and Sony Live. So all these contents, all these OTT platforms, they have created a huge demand for television shows and movies. Like some of the television shows and movies which are immensely popular from Netflix or Amazon or Hotstar, shows like Game of Thrones or The Witcher or Dark. Recently, if you go to the social media, everybody is talking about Dark. So all this, like if people who have seen Dark, I believe quite a few people in the audience have seen the series Dark. Now there's a particular cave that they show in Dark, which doesn't exist in reality. The cave is a total set extension. That is, it's totally built in CG and composited in a 3D in a post production software to give the effect of an existing cave, but it doesn't exist in reality.
Exactly.
So when a show like Dark or when a show like Stranger Things or a show like Game of Thrones, when they are using such huge amount of VFX and CG stuffs, so you can understand the demand that is there and the demand that is going to come up in the next 5 to 10 years, because the number of OTT platforms are supposed to increase only. They're supposed to increase only. So, and there are going to be direct to home movies and stuffs like that. So the growth is going to be phenomenal, hopefully. As far as the global gaming industry is concerned, that is also growing at a rate of 30%. 30% is not an, if you compare that
It's
with
a big percentage.
if you compare that with any other industry, I think that it outshines all.
Yeah.
Again, AR, VR, we're talking about augmented reality and virtual reality and mixed reality. So this is going to bring in a more immersive gaming experience, something people definitely have seen movies like Ready Player One or these type of or such movies, or even they've seen stuff like Matrix and all. So इसमें जो हम देखते हैं कि like people you just put in a headset or a gaming or a prop control or console, and then you can basically immerse yourself into a total 3D environment. So that is reality today. That is absolutely reality, and that is going to be going to be in demand for a long time to come. Generating a lot of jobs and so the scope for all the aspiring animators and 3D artists to be there.
Yeah, one of the future technology.
Yeah, it's not future, sir. It's already there. It's
Yeah, it is
already
there.
there.
One of the which is going to be get more enhanced.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's they're still working on it, but it's there. It's very much there. And again, the rise of the mobile gaming. Everybody has a mobile phone today. You can play. Even my 4-year-old son, he's playing games on mobiles. So from 4-year-old to 40 years old to 80 years old, everybody is into mobile gaming, and it's pretty addictive. It's pretty addictive. So and every day somebody, some company or the other is launching a new mobile game. Every day you go to Play Store and you have a new game, a new mobile game over there. So the demand is phenomenal. And as far as the online education goes, today we are sitting at home. We are doing all our classes from the comfort of our home. We are attending our school classes, our university classes, our college classes, institute classes. Everything we are doing from home, and that will be even that will get a huge power boost once AR VR is integrated into that. So sitting at home, you might have the experience of actually being in your class and getting a physical lecture. So that is not a fantasy anymore. That is very much real. And you can also with it using AR VR, you can go inside a software. You can access the tools almost physically and learn the software inside out. So these are great stuffs that is happening right now, which are like I should have mentioned this under the global trends. Now, if we talk about the Indian scenario, most of the people know that a lot of films like Life of Pi and Avatar, and even I remember there was this pilot shot that was done for Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man that came out in 2003, I think. So all these films, a chunk of work of all the Hollywood films that are done in India itself. A lot of some of the people sitting in the audience know this, but a lot of people don't know that whatever you are watching on screen for a great visual effect work of a big Hollywood film, might be that shot was done in somewhere your neighborhood, like people sitting in Bombay or Pune. It is being done in your neighborhood, right? So
इस तरह की एक कैट फैमिली की फिल्म एक और बनी है हिंदुस्तान में, उसका काफी एक हिस्सा बना है, I must say, Narnia, Aslan.
Right. Aslan was that part was largely done in India. Brisbane Hughes used to be this one of the pioneer studios of those times. They did a lot of stuff on these animations and stuff. Even they were working on stuff before we knew. They were working on movies like Dr. Dolittle and cats and dogs and stuff. Isme like talking animals hota tha, so Rhythm and Hues were working on that. And today we have companies like DreamWorks, Disney, or Ubisoft, all the names that you can read over here, Rockstar Games, who are already working in India. And fortunately, a lot of our students are working there.
Yeah, exactly. I have a lot of students.
We have students like I just keep on forgetting the names. There was the student Lakshya, there was there, and Deepak was there, Pradeep was there. A lot of students who are right now working in Technicolor Rockstar. There is Arvind, who is working with Lakshya Digital.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, so they've been these companies have been recruiting Indian talents for a long time. And these domestic films like Bahubali and Robot. Bahubali, the effects for Bahubali was done by Makuta VFX, if I am not wrong. And I had a very long-known associate who actually worked on that film, on Bahubali. And a lot of people are working on these films, like Robot. These companies are there, like Prasad VFX and all, who are working, who have been churning out amazing VFX stuff for a long time. Shows like Chota Bheem and Motu Patlu. Everybody has seen Chota Bheem and Motu Patlu. These are totally Indian content. And kids just love them. They actually love them. Even if I look at the Indian kids, probably they love the contents like Chota Bheem. They love it more than they love Mickey Mouse and stuff. And the domestic content, as the last two sentences that I mentioned, this report actually I have added yesterday only. This is ekdam latest report. This is in 2000. It's a 2019 KPMG report which says that domestic content has grown from 18.4%. So, agar aap usko, the demand for domestic content, if it is growing at such a high rate, so you can just understand what the market demands. And that too, sitting in this lockdown, people are watching so much content from home. So the market is just ever expanding. It's also saying it's supposed to double in the next 5 years, which is phenomenal, which is amazing actually. So we go to the next slide, and you see the architecture, just as Gurmeet has said, architecture and event design companies, they have a stable supply of jobs. That are like, we regularly get like every day there are a couple of new jobs from architecture and event design companies like Sparrow 3D or HBA International or Dawn Digital. All these companies are recruiting students from the institutes, and the demand is such high. And at the end of the day, it happens at times that we are not being able to provide people because we don't have that many like students working at that time.
Okay, I would like to
Demand is such high.
Add to a couple of more companies. I must say, one of the best company which is being associated with our institutes is Image Foundry. It is UK-based company.
Yes, absolutely.
And they are recruiting our children, our students into the company. So वहाँ पर आप देखेंगे maximum हमारे students recruited हैं. जो last मेरे पास update था उस वक्त सैफ था वहाँ पर team lead. अब कौन है मैं नहीं जानता. मैं अपडेटेड नहीं हूँ, आई एम रियली सॉरी फॉर दिस. और उसी कंपनी से कुछ स्टूडेंट्स निकले हैं जिनकी आज अपनी कंपनीज हैं, एंड दे आर रिक्रूटिंग द स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम आवर इंस्टीट्यूट्स. यू नो, मैं नाम लेना चाहूँगा उसमें रविंदर. तो रविंदर ही बिलोंग टू गुड़गांव, और इन्होंने अपनी एक कंपनी फॉर्म की है विद सम एक बाहर के ही हैं, कोई आयरिश हैं, उनके साथ मिलकर कंपनी फॉर्म की है. राइट नाउ ही हैज अ स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ 32 एम्प्लॉयज विद हिम. सो ये वो स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो ग्रो कर रहे हैं, यू नो, फ्रॉम दीज इंडस्ट्रीज. यू नो, चाहे वो आर्किटेक्चर की हो, इवेंट की हो, गेमिंग हो, प्रोडक्ट की हो. सर
राइट. So again, e-commerce giants, just as we mentioned, Amazon has been on a recruitment drive. They've been recruiting hundreds of artists across India, some of them being our students, and they are paying good they're paying good starting salaries, and giving even they are being able to provide jobs for work from home. So the demand and the supply is good, actually, pretty good. If you look at even under the lockdown conditions, the media and entertainment, they're benefit, sitting at home, people are watching more content. If you watch more content, you have to make more content. You make more content, you need more artists. That's the simple supply chain, demand chain. So the demand is already there. we have to match up the supply, and the industries need students to to come up with that.
जी, इसमें मैं सर कुछ इंक्लूड करना चाहूँगा। मैं खरबंदा सर से कुछ काफ़ी इन्फ्लुएंस हुआ हूँ। उससे पहले कक्कर सर आए थे, उनका भी एक सेमिनार हुआ था। और इन दोनों शख्स ने एक बात पे गौर आपने किया होगा, ज़रूर उन्होंने फोकस किया होगा कि बुरा वक्त है बट सही काम कीजिए। लॉकडाउन है, मोर ओवर लोग ये सोच के चलते हैं अब क्या होगा, दे आर इन केओस। होगा कुछ नहीं, एक दिन सब ठीक होगा। बी पॉजिटिव, काम करते रहिएगा। और अब यकीन करेंगे, जिन स्टूडेंट्स का हम जो नाम ले रहे हैं, अभिषेक सर और मैं, ये वो वही स्टूडेंट हैं जो लॉकडाउन के दौरान जिनको जॉब मिली है। इन्होंने लॉकडाउन को लॉक ब्रेन नहीं किया, दे डिडंट लॉक द ब्रेन्स। उन्होंने काम किया है, उन्होंने शोरील्स तैयार की हैं, एंड नाउ दे गॉट जॉब्स। सो बी पॉजिटिव। जी सर।
Right. So now we come to a bit technical side of the webinar. So like we've been talking about the job and growth aspects of the field, but we should also know कि हमें करना क्या है इस field में, what we need to do, what we need to learn. So these
We
are
teach
some
according
of
to this.
Yeah, we teach according to this. So this is a production pipeline. It's a standard production pipeline which is used in all the kind of be it gaming or be it animated movies or be it live action and VFX. This is a standard production pipeline that we use. There can be a few give and takes. So this is basically it starts from pre-production and ends with post-production and VFX. So we can talk about a little about pre-production. So what we do in pre-production is basically we create our ideas and we create our concepts, character designs. They're all mostly paperworks. So we create the sketching, the art, the color palettes that we are going to use, the background designs, weapons designs. Everything needs to be designed first on paper, and then we move for the production part. So first that designing on paper part, that is the pre-production. And then, as we can see, even in the pre-productions image that I've used over here, you can see there is a sketch first, then from there you can create a 3D model, and then you can you can add color and look and development part you can add to the pre-production, like to the sketches and stuff, and then you can create a final model. So once you have done the pre-production thing, then we can move to the 3D modeling section, where you can see this character being modeled and like expressions added to that and kind of stuff like alterations, additions you can do to this entire thing. So basically, depending on our pre-production sketch, taking reference from our pre-production sketch, what we are doing is we are creating a 3D digital puppet or a 3D digital prototype of the same referred sketch. So what we do, once we have done that, then we move on to the other part, that is surfacing. Surfacing में हम क्या करते हैं कि अभी यहाँ पे आप 3D modeling पे देख रहे हैं कि we have got only a model which looks like as if it is made of clay. So it doesn't have a proper look and feel to it. It doesn't have colors. It doesn't have materials to it. So in surfacing, what we can do is we can create the look and feel of particular materials, whether a particular object is made up of iron or gold or steel or leather or denim, whatever, or wood. So हम वो particular material का look and feel create कर सकते हैं, and we can add colors to that. We can add colors to that. We can make it look new or old. अगर कोई object है जो कि नया लग रहा है या वो पुराना लग रहा है, उसमें कोई wear and tear हुआ है, कोई scratches लगे हुए हैं, तो वो सारा details हम लोग surfacing details के अंदर रख सकते हैं. Once we have done the surfacing details, then we move on to the rigging section. Rigging में हम क्या करते हैं कि people definitely have seen those puppeteering. तो puppeteering में क्या होता है कि आपके पास एक wooden puppet होता है और उसके limbs के साथ हम threads लगा के उसको move करा सकते हैं. So something like that we do in rigging. We create a setup so that we can manipulate the limbs and parts of all the characters or of the objects, and we make them ready for animation actually. You can also compare the rigging stage with stuff like people have played games, people have played with toys like He-Man, and girls have played with toys like Barbie and all. तो इन पे हम लोग जो hand और legs का movement देते हैं वो इसलिए दे पाते हैं because they have got joints the joints of those characters are screwed in a particular way so that we can move the limbs of the characters. So the same thing is done in rigging. Just the difference is we do this thing digitally because we are working on a digital puppet. And then we come to the animation section. Animation section में हम इसी digital puppet को use करके हम इसको movement दे सकते हैं. And not only movement, animation people get confused कि we just have to provide movement. No, we don't just provide a movement. We make that movement believable, convincing to the audience, appealing to the audience, so that it feels the character or the object is having the movement or getting the movement in a natural way, not कि उसको कोई चला रहा है. उसको it should look involuntary. The character should look live. So in animation, by using these rigging tools, we bring the characters alive. Gurmeet sir, you want to add something to this? Hello.
Yeah, related to rigging, you said.
Yeah. Anything related to rigging and
Of
animation?
course, rigging. आप देखिए, एज अ लेमैन अगर मैं आपको समझाऊं तो हमारा जिस्म हरकत में तब आता है जब आ सकता है. अगर अंदर बोन्स ना हो तो वो हरकत में नहीं आएगा. तो सिमिलरली एक कैरेक्टर जो है, आप देख रहे हैं ऊपर एक 3D मॉडल है, जो कैरेक्टर बनता हुआ आपको नजर आ रहा है, वो एक स्टेच्यू की तरह है, वो एक स्कल्पचर की तरह है. इट विल नॉट मूव, इट विल नॉट लाफ, इट विल नॉट गिव यू एनी एक्सप्रेशन अनटिल अनलेस वी पुट अ बोन्स इनटू इट. तो जब आप उसमें बोन्स डालते हैं, दैट पार्ट इज नोन एज रिगिंग, प्लानिंग, रिग करना किसी चीज को. तो आप जब तक बोन्स उसमें नहीं डालेंगे वो एनिमेट नहीं हो सकता. सो वंस बोन्स आर इनटू दैट थिंग, द थिंग्स विल गेट एनिमेटेड. जैसे आप देख रहे हैं साथ में एक सर ने स्क्रीन लगाया हुआ एनिमेशन, जहां पर एक कैरेक्टर है वो भाग रहा है, यू नो. सो दिस इज ओनली विद द हेल्प ऑफ रिगिंग. तो अगर आपका रिग अच्छा है, एनिमेटर कैन डू वंडर्स. इफ योर रिग इज नॉट गुड, एनिमेटर कैन डू नथिंग. So rigging is a very important part, a technical part, of course. और इसमें भी काफी लोग अपना करियर बनाते हैं, इसमें भी जॉब्स आती हैं. ठीक है ना. तो
all these stages like pre-production, 3D modeling, surfacing, rigging, animation, all these are individual career choices also.
Exactly.
Like you learn 3D modeling, you become a 3D modeler. Become a 3D modeler, you can just become a character modeler, or you can be a product modeler, or you can be a props modeler, or you can be just modeling for games. You're modeling for games, or you're modeling for movies. You can take your pick over there. You've got all the career choices over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Similarly, from surfacing, we can become a texturing artist. From rigging, we become a rigger. From animation, obviously, you become an animator. And here I would like to mention one thing: an animator is not supposed to, just as I told, animator is not supposed to only move a character; is supposed to make the character believable. So to make the character believable, an animator has to make those movements himself first. So he has to be an actor. An animator is essentially, previously in the times of 2D animation, an animator used to be known as an actor with a pencil. Today an animator is basically, in 3D animation, if we talk about, so an animator is basically an actor with a software.
Yeah, exactly.
So here we're done with animation. Now we can continue with the other stuffs like lighting. Lighting is again another very important aspect of movie making. If you look at any movie, like not only about animation movie, you look at any like live action movie. किसी भी live action movie देखते हैं, when you see a horror film, you feel that horror, or you feel that atmosphere of horror, only because you have your room, your environment lighting set up in a particular way. So similarly, when we are working for an animated film, we need to
sorry to interrupt you. लाइटिंग का सर ने अभी बताया था, जैसे मैंने आपको कहा था मैं स्टूडेंट्स के नाम इंक्लूड करता जाऊंगा. एक स्टूडेंट है जिसका नाम है आदित्य सक्सेना. ये इंडस्ट्री के अंदर एडी के नाम से जाना जाता है, एंड ही जॉइंड प्राणाज एज अ लाइटिंग आर्टिस्ट. इसने पूरा कोर्स किया था, ही डिड इट कंप्लीट कोर्स, बट इसने अपने को जो स्पेशलाइज किया था दैट वाज लाइटिंग, एंड ही इज वन ऑफ द फाइनेस्ट लाइटिंग आर्टिस्ट इन इंडिया. एंड ही वर्क फॉर अ फिल्म बाहुबली ऑल्सो. जो लाइटिंग टीम था उसका एक मेंबर था ये. तो आप में से काफी लोग जो हैं, जैसे सर ने मेरे से, हम लोग उस दिन बात कर रहे थे सर और मैं, कि फिल्म खत्म हो जाती है, लोग उठ के भाग जाते हैं, टाइटलिंग कोई नहीं देखता. तो आप उनको थोड़ी सी इज्जत दीजिए, उसमें आपको बहुत सारे इंडियंस देखने को मिलेंगे. उसमें लाइटिंग आर्टिस्ट हमारे हिंदुस्तान के भरे पड़े होते हैं. सो लाइटिंग इज अ वेरी गुड करियर, बट बहुत ज्यादा इसमें मेहनत है, ऑब्जर्वेशन है. आप आएंगे तो बताएंगे ना?
तो मेहनत तो सर हर फील्ड में होता है ना. आप कोई you want to get paid, you have to work hard.
Exactly. जी सर.
People, yeah. So lighting again, just as I was talking about mood, great, setting up a mood and also showing particular time of a day. आपको दिन का time दिखाना है, रात का time दिखाना है, तो you have to create an apt sort of lighting for that. आपको day lighting, night lighting या particular mood के according you want to show a romantic lighting or a lighting for a kid's room, or you're showing lighting for the for a very melancholic scene, बहुत sad या depressing mood आप create करना चाहते हैं. So you do that with basically playing with lighting. Then next we move on to effects simulation. Effects simulation, Gurmeet sir would be the ideal person to talk about. Sir.
Okay, we talk about VFX, of course, then we'll definitely talk about FX also. FX, of course, which include the dynamic part. It is a physics. It is all about physics. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मान लीजिए मैं पानी में किसी एक क्यूब को फेंकता हूँ, आइस क्यूब को फेंकता हूँ, तो उसमें जो रिपल्स जनरेट होते हैं, तो और जो क्यूब नीचे जाएगा उसकी विस्कोसिटी क्या है, उसका वेलोसिटी क्या है, उसकी डेप्थ क्या है, तो ये सारे मेजरमेंट्स जो होते हैं जो एक फील लेकर आते हैं, वाटर ब्लॉब का एक फील लेकर आएंगे, दैट इज कॉल्ड डायनामिक्स. ये मैंने आपको एक एग्जाम्पल बताया है. देयर आर मेनी मोर एग्जाम्पल्स लाइक दैट फायरी बॉल. आप देख रहे हैं एक छोटा सा स्लाइड है, ठीक है ना, तो उसका जो फायर पोटेंशियल क्या है, अगेन उसमें भी एक विस्कोसिटी होती है, वो क्या है, फ्लूम विस्कोसिटी क्या है, डेंसिटी क्या है, उसका फिजिकल मास क्या है, बहुत सारी कैलकुलेशंस होती हैं, देन यू गेट अ फील ऑफ दैट. ठीक है ना, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, क्लॉथ सिमुलेशन है, हेयर एंड फर है, जैसे हम बात कर रहे थे पहले, अब तो सॉफ्टवेयर भी आ चुके हैं विच मेक्स द थिंग्स मोर इजियर देन बिफोर. पहले क्लॉथ सिमुलेशन में कोई हाथ लगाने से डरता था, बहुत टफ होता है क्लॉथ सिमुलेट करना एक कैरेक्टर के साथ, बट अब जैसे ही सॉफ्टवेयर्स का आना हुआ है, बहुत ही बेहतरीन सॉफ्टवेयर्स आ रहे हैं, एंड द पीपल, द सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर्स, दे आर वर्किंग डे एंड नाइट फॉर दीज प्लगइन्स. तो ये एडिशनल प्लगइन्स होते हैं जो हमारे को मदद देते हैं इस तरह के इफेक्ट्स देने की. ठीक है, आपने फिल्म देखी होगी 2012 जिसमें एक पूरा दिखाया था कि बिल्डिंग्स कोलैप्स हो रही हैं, ब्रिजेस कोलैप्स हो रहे हैं, तो दैट इज ऑल सिमुलेटेड, दिस इज ऑल फिजिक्स. उसमें एक्यूरेटली बिल्डिंग्स को बनाया गया था, एग्जैक्टली जो उनका साइज होता है, उनका मास, वेट, इवन उनके पिलर्स तक डिजाइन किए गए थे, पूरा आर्किटेक्चरल था वो. और जब आप उनको ये सिमुलेट करते हैं तो वो उसी फ्लो के साथ, उसी ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स के साथ गिरते हैं, वैसी ही डेब्रीज बनती हैं एग्जैक्टली. तो आपको वो रियल फील आता है, महसूस होता है. तो एफएक्स में ये सब चीजें पॉसिबल होनी शुरू हो जाती हैं. इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ वीएफएक्स, बट समवेयर द स्टूडेंट गो विद एफएक्स, क्योंकि अगर हम बात करें वीएफएक्स की, इट इज अ वेरी ब्रॉड थिंग. ये एक छोटा सा हिस्सा नहीं है, इट हैज गॉट लॉट ऑफ कंटेंट्स. तो उसमें से मैंने एफएक्स को थोड़ा सा अलग कर दिया है. तो
And it's been there for a long time. Like, I remember when I was a school student, I had seen this movie, The Mummy.
Yeah.
That was there in 1999. It was released in 1999. So that was the first time that we saw some amazing particle effects, some amazing effects of like sand animations and stuffs, like characters being created out of sand, and like being animated over the screen, over the huge screen. It was absolutely fabulous.
जी जी जी. एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग आपको वाकया बताता हूँ. एक फिल्म आई थी बहुत पुरानी, मुगले आजम, जिसमें हमारे दिलीप साहब थे, और बहुत पुरानी फिल्म है, और उसको रशियंस ने उसको उसके अंदर कुछ इफेक्ट्स डाले थे, कलर किया था उसको. अच्छा, उसमें इंटरेस्टिंग बात ये थी, उसमें जो फादर और उसके बेटे के बीच में एक जंग दिखाई गई है. अब उस जंग में 10,000 लोगों को इकट्ठा किया गया था, उनके खाना पीना, रहना सहना, सारा खर्चा उठाया था प्रोड्यूसर ने. अगर हम उस फिल्म का खर्चा देखें और आज उस फिल्म को उस खर्चे में उसको मापें, तो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द मोस्ट एक्सपेंसिव फिल्म एवर मेड. ठीक है ना, तो अब खर्चा हुआ, बट अब यो खर्चे की कट ऑफ हो गया वो सब चीजें. अब क्या हो गया?
Even if you see the old film like 1959 Ben-Hur, most of you
exactly,
like some of our
it's a
old
beautiful
film
movie. It's a beautiful movie.
Beautiful movie. There was the first movie that won 11 Oscars in those times.
Exactly.
So if you look at the part of film where there's a chariot race, you see that huge set created over there. and the amazing, absolutely amazing stunts. And those stunts, basically, there's quite a few stuntmen actually died on that set.
या
Actually
एग्जैक्टली
died on that set.
हाँ आप जो क्राउड सिमुलेशन देखते हैं जो भी आप बाहुबली में आपने ह्यूज मैसिव आर्मी देखते हैं या लॉर्ड ऑफ द रिंग्स में देखते हैं या
Game of
ट्रेन टू
Thrones,
सियोल ट्रेन टू सियोल zombies की एक मूवी आई थी तो उसमें
Train to Busan,
हाँ
Train to
ट्रेन टू
Busan.
बुसान आई बेग योर पार्डन
Yeah,
तो
yeah.
उसमें यू सॉ अ लॉट ऑफ zombies running around तो ये किससे हुआ ये सारा आपका क्राउड सिमुलेशन से होता है यू कैनॉट अरेंज द लॉट ऑफ पीपल यू कैनॉट कंट्रोल देम राइट नाउ डेज इवन आप जो चक दे इंडिया है वहां पे जो ऑडियंस थे स्टेडियम के अंदर दे ऑल प्लांटेड दे आर ऑल सिमुलेटेड सो इट्स अ बिग अचीवमेंट सर रेंडरिंग
Yeah. When we talk about rendering, what we actually mean is fleshing out the images. So अभी हम लोग जो बात कर रहे थे अभी FX simulation तक, that is totally being done within the software. Now it's fine. It's when you're working within the software, it's fine. But आपको अगर वो वही software में आपने जो काम किया है, you want to put it up on a big screen, so that's not possible. So to put that up, you need to convert the data. You need to convert all the mathematical data within the software. You need to convert it into an image or an image sequence. And that part is known as rendering. It requires highly skilled abilities. Like you should be very good, like well acquainted with stuff like anti-aliasing or anti-aliasing filters, resolutions, and stuff. A lot of technical jargons I'm using. So that's again a specialized job in itself almost. So that part, that is conversion of all the mathematical software data into an image or an image sequence to be converted into a film, that part is known as rendering. So absolutely necessary. Unless and until this part is done in a proper manner, बाकी हमने जो भी करा modeling से लेके FX simulation, everything is a waste unless and until you have rendered it properly. And this is where you actually need huge rendering systems or huge workstations जहाँ पे आपको जो data है उसको convert करना होता है into an image sequence or into a movie. So that part is again a specialized job almost. And then we move into post-production and VFX, where we can actually enhance our images. जो भी हमने render करके निकाला है उसको हम enhance कर सकते हैं. You can see over here a small GIF image of rendering I have added. जहाँ पे you can see there are two chairs within the software itself, and that being converted into an image. That is what we see in rendering. And then in post-production and VFX, we have quite a lot of stuff. Like there are set extensions. You can see जो Lord of the Rings का एक shoot का एक part है जहाँ पे chroma key करा गया है. थोड़ा सा part there it has been modeled within the studio. Actors उसके ऊपर खड़े हैं. बाकी जो पीछे का background है that is totally been added in the through the softwares. So that's an amazing, that's a fantabulous stuff
movie
till now. Lord of the Rings is still the classic, it's evergreen. It's 20 years to the movie almost, but it's better than any of the stuff we get today. So again, we have got a lot of job opportunities within post-production and VFX. We have got roto jobs, we have got tracking jobs, we have got compositing jobs, we have got color correction stuff, color grading, we have got matte painters. It's a department, a huge pipeline within itself. Post-production is a totally independent pipeline within itself. Sir, would you like to add something?
Yeah, of course. Sir ने बताया VFX. It is again a post-production का एक हिस्सा है. It is a huge, a massive part which include a lot of things. जैसे सर ने आपको क्रोमा के बताया, उसमें और भी बहुत है. रोटोस्कोपिंग है, क्रोमा है, की फ्रेमिंग जो की शॉट. उसके बाद एक और हिस्सा आता है इसमें. That is called transferring from your digital to analog. That is basically the process where you do the gamma correction and all those stuff. It is a bit technical thing. So sir, shall we move ahead?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, now we come to another important question: whether how good is 3D animation and this CG universe?
Okay, is it you are going to tell or Sloth will tell?
I think I'll speak like the sloth. I can speak like the sloth pretty well. So I can talk like all CG tasks. People will just think that my video is getting hung. Yeah, so basically we have all turned into sloths sitting at home, becoming lazy all the time, and but still we can finish up our work. That's one good thing about lockdown. I found you can just sit at the comfort of your home, be like this sloth. Even you don't need to wear the tie. I'm not wearing one, so we can we can just sit at our home and get all the CG tasks, all the assignments done from home itself. Like what you need is just a workstation, a decent workstation, and a good broadband service. Now that is something absolutely essential.
Exactly.
A mobile internet won't do over here. You need a proper 4G, good broadband. That is something I think that is something absolutely should be mentioned everywhere. Like अभी जहाँ पर भी online classes and stuff के बारे में बात हो रहा है, that is something that should be mentioned, that we need good broadband services for any sort of online classes or for work from home. We need good broadband services.
So go for a very good service provider.
Absolutely.
Genuine
one. Genuine one. So like I know some of the like when we are taking these online classes we have been doing online classes for the last 4 months. So quite a few students have been suffering due to lag issues because they did have broadband services at home, but the broadband services, they were basically cable internet, and the speeds were terrible speed. So that is not going to work out. You need stable broadband connections and workstations. However, that is the only thing you need. You don't need anything else. You don't even need to invest. I don't think today you don't need to invest in your like office clothing and stuff. So
Exactly.
I don't know people who purchase stuffs from Arrow or all these big clothing brands. अभी उसकी और कोई जरूरत नहीं. You just wear a t-shirt and your bermudas and sit on your machines on your workstation and work. That is what is required. And people have been already successfully doing the work from home from the comfort of our home for the last 4 months. Like we have our students who have been working, who have been doing this work from home. The companies from Pune and Mumbai and Chennai, they're recruiting students. People who are sitting at Delhi, they are being recruited through Skype interviews, and they're being interviewed over there. They are being recruited over there. Everything is being done remotely. You don't need to. Actually, if we see, this has opened up a new new opportunity. Like if you have a particular problem that you want to work for a company in Pune, and you cannot physically move there, you just sit at at the comfort of your home. You just pull down over there, say, work with your workstation, and you.
It was happening before lockdown, I believe. A lot of interviews
it was happening.
Yeah, exactly.
It was already happening. Now, this has given a huge boost to that entire stuff. So the work is not stopping. Even in total lockdown, when everything was shut, the shops were shut. We were not almost getting it was difficult to get your daily stuffs. And I really had big trouble. I was not getting a couple of my supplies, which you definitely must be knowing. I should not mention them over here. So even in those times, the work didn't stop at all. Right? The work didn't stop. So we kept on working 9 to 5, 9 to 6, even throughout the day, we kept on working. So the people are there out in the industry who are working in shifts, even during the lockdown. Because you don't need to be there in the office space shrinks, and you can perform just coolly. You don't have any time foundations and stuff. Yes, time foundations are there. You have to submit on your work on time, but your traveling time is totally cut down. So that is one good thing that happens when you work from home. And as far as 3D animation and stuff, totally possible, except the long renders that I have mentioned in the first point, that long renders are not possible. That is somewhere you need the office space. Yeah, so we're moving on to the next slide. Now we're going to talk a little about ourselves. Gurmeet sir, you are the best person to talk about this. You have been there for a long time with Arena.
Okay, for Arena. Okay, why Arena? Why we people? Why Arena South X, Preet Vihar, Chandigarh, and Cohort Enclave? Because we are one center. We are one center operating from 4 different directions.
Yeah.
I still remember Arena. जो पहला एरिना हुआ था, that was in the year 1996. I still remember that was the first arena फ्रेंचाइजी बाय एपटेक, और तब से हम हैं इस इंडस्ट्री में। हमने इस इंडस्ट्री को ग्रो करते देखा है, हमने सॉफ्टवेयर्स को आते देखा है, हमने इस इंडस्ट्री को कंपटीशन दिया है इन द टर्म्स ऑफ मैनी मोर इंस्टीट्यूट्स। ठीक है, हमने इस इंडस्ट्री में बेहताशा आप कह सकते हैं एम्प्लॉयज प्रोवाइड किए हैं, अपने स्टूडेंट्स प्रोवाइड किए इन द फॉर्म ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट के अकॉर्डिंगली। So and still we are working on this. We are still a pioneers. What I believe is, ठीक है। और हाँ, जैसे अब मैं हूँ इंडस्ट्री में, अभिषेक हैं, हम ही दो नहीं हैं, हमारे हमारे साथ पूरी एक टीम मौजूद है जिनके पास कम से कम 12 years to 15 years का एक्सपीरियंस है। So we are well equipped. We work according to what the industry demands. हम उसके हिसाब से काम कर रहे हैं। So we are the pioneers. मैं बहुत इसे फक्र से कहता हूँ। मैं एक स्टूडेंट का और नाम इंक्लूड करना चाहूँगा, विच इज़ लाइक अ शाइनिंग स्टार। ये स्टूडेंट हैं, ये किसी एक गांव से आते थे, गुड़गांव के। इनका नाम है धीर चौधरी, एंड नाउ ही इज वर्किंग एज असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर इन शेरिडन यूनिवर्सिटी कनाडा। तो इसको हमने नहीं बनाया, इसको गुरमीत ने, अभिषेक सर ने नहीं बनाया, धीर को धीर ने बनाया है। अगर हम बनाते तो हम शायद सबको धीर चौधरी बना देते। बट हाँ, हमारी जो फ्रंट लाइन है वो इतनी मजबूत है कि हम बहुत आपको एक इक्विप्ड कर सकते हैं, आप आगे बढ़ सकते हैं उस प्लेटफॉर्म की तरफ जिसको आप अचीव करना चाहते हैं। सो हम वो सभी ट्रेनिंग स्किल्स कवर करते हैं जो आज की डेट पे डिमांड में है मार्केट में। इधर यू टॉक अबाउट द गेमिंग, आर्किटेक्चरल, प्रोडक्ट डिजाइनिंग, नाउ द AR VR, द लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी। ठीक है, हम उस पर भी इन्वॉल्व हैं। सो आपके पास अगर कोई, क्योंकि मैंने बताया कि एनिमेशन इंडस्ट्री जो है, मैं पहले भी काफ़ी प्लेटफॉर्म पर जिक्र कर चुका हूँ, इट इज़ लाइक अ बनियन ट्री। यू जस्ट हैंग ओवर टू वन ब्रांच, यू विल गेट अ करियर। ठीक है, तो वो प्रोवाइड हम करते हैं आपको। ठीक है, सो यू हैव द थिंग्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, यू जस्ट मेक अ चॉइस एंड गो हेड। प्लेसमेंट्स, अभिषेक सर, मेरे ख्याल से हमें कुछ लोगों का बिल्कुल उनको बहुत ज़्यादा उनको क्रेडिबिलिटी देनी पड़ेगी। माला मैडम को, शालिनी मैडम को, और साथ में उनके जो हैं हमारी एक और मैडम है शालिनी मैडम के साथ जो कर उनको असिस्ट करती हैं, और मैं उनको भी हाँ, निधि मैडम को भी मैं थैंक्स करना चाहूँगा। दे आर वर्किंग हार्ड डे एंड नाइट फॉर द प्लेसमेंट्स, और वो बिल्कुल हमारे, हाँ जी।
This is one thing I would like to add in. Like, I have worked with quite a few, some of the best animation training brands all over India. What I found overall, and I've been working for the last 5 years with this brand, and what I have found out is the placement division of our organization is absolutely fabulous. They're always for lookout of new jobs, and they're basically running after the students to get the jobs. Like it's almost a scene like a job le lo wali scene ho jata hai. Whenever the jobs come, they're the ones who are running after the students. So that is a great thing to see.
Exactly. So लॉकडाउन पीरियड में जॉब्स, तो मेरे ख्याल से इससे अच्छी चीज़ और कोई हो नहीं सकती। लॉकडाउन पीरियड के दौरान ही अगर मैं आपको रेशियो बताऊं तो अभी तक लगभग हमने 25 स्टूडेंट्स की जॉब हम लगा चुके हैं। 25 स्टूडेंट्स, and they're working, and few of the students, they are preparing themselves for the coming jobs, delivering quality education. आप घर पर हैं, हमारी पूरी कोशिश है आपको अप्रोच करने की, आपको शायद उससे ज़्यादा कुछ बताने की, समझाने की कोशिश हमारी हमेशा रहेगी। हम इंस्टीट्यूट से जो पढ़ाते थे, अब हमारी पूरी कोशिश ये है कि हम उससे बेहतर डिलीवरी आपको दे सकें। सो दिस इज़ आवर हमारी जो सबसे कड़ी मेहनत जो हम इस पे हम लोग कर रहे हैं। ठीक है ना? एंड हमारे यहाँ पे प्रॉपर इंडिविजुअल अटेंशन दी जाती है। वी हैव बेसिकली प्रॉपर लैब्स विच आर फॉर द प्रैक्टिस एंड विच आर फॉर द योर डेमो रील, आप जो काम करते हैं उस पे। ये तो थी जब हम लॉकडाउन से पहले की बात मैं कर रहा हूँ, तो इंडिविजुअली गौर किया जाता था उस वक्त भी और आज भी। इन केस कोई स्टूडेंट को कोई भी इंडिविजुअली कोई दिक्कत आती है, पेश आती है, तो हम पूरा कोशिश करते हैं, कुछ समय निकालकर हम उनको भी ध्यान देते हैं और उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करते हैं। ठीक है, रेगुलर लेक्चर हो रहे हैं हमारे। हाँ, शायद आज नहीं हुआ क्योंकि आज मैं यहाँ पर हूँ, अभिषेक सर भी यहीं पर है, तो मैं झूठ नहीं कहूँगा। सो आज की क्लासेस हमारी कॉल्ड ऑफ की गई थी। ठीक है, और हमारे जो सबसे जो हम जो है एक बहुत ही बेहतरीन हमारा एक जो पॉलिसी है, दैट इज द असेसमेंट जो हम करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स की। ठीक है ना, और उनको उसी हिसाब से गाइडलाइंस देते हैं। तो असेसमेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट हम जो करते हैं उनको, और उनकी शोरील को बनाते वक्त उनको। फिर हमारे पास कुछ प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं जिस पे स्टूडेंट सारा साल काम करते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल एलान, विच इज बेसिकली एन इंटीग्रल पार्ट ऑफ द अरेना, एंड द पेंसिल फेस्ट मैं नाम लेना चाह रहा हूँ। क्रिएटिव माइंड्स इज
Creative
बेसिकली
minds.
फॉर एरेनाइट्स, यू नो।
Yeah.
सो पेंसिल फेस्ट जिसका मैंने नाम लिया, एक और है हमारा जो हम 4 सेंटर्स करते हैं, राजमटाज। तो
Razmataaz.
इसमें हम सभी स्टूडेंट्स को इनवाइट करते हैं टू शो देयर एक्सपर्टीज इन देयर पर्टिकुलर स्किल सेट। उसके बाद स्टूडियो विजिट रेगुलर रहते हैं। आई मस्ट से थैंक्स टू माला मैडम, जो बहुत हमें मदद करती हैं इसके लिए, स्टूडियो विजिट्स के लिए। और अभी हम प्लान कर रहे हैं, अभी मेरी बात हो रही थी अभिषेक सर की और मेरी प्रीति मैडम से और माला मैडम वगैरह से। तो प्लान ये किया जा रहा है कि कोशिश की जा रही है कि ऑनलाइन भी आपको स्टूडियो विजिट की तरह कुछ इस तरह से फैसिलिटेट किया जा सके।
Right.
ठीक है जी। उसके बाद आपके आते हैं कुछ क्वालिटी एनालिसिस वगैरह, प्रेजेंटेशंस वगैरह आपकी देखी
Presentations.
जाती
That
हैं।
is something we are doing. Like we are the pioneer in that.
एग्जैक्टली।
We are the probably the only place जहाँ पे animation education के साथ presentation एक regular
Which is
feature
must.
है. So the students, absolutely, students on completion of every topic, they have to come on in front of a panel and they have to provide a presentation, wherein we can judge their not only technical skills but also their speaking skills, the communication skills, which are absolutely necessary to get a job. That is something absolutely necessary to get a job. So uske according we can give feedbacks कि आप how much you need to work on your communication and how much you need to prepare yourself for an interview. So even that is something like absolutely necessary part of getting a job. So communication as well as technical skills, दोनों चीज के ऊपर we have to pay absolute equal attention. And then we have this regular, almost daily, up to last 3-4 months, almost daily, we have got this webinars by different industry experts, and which have been largely beneficial. There have been multiple webinars regarding animation workshops have been there. There have been some workshops regarding
Of course, the credit goes to MESC.
MESC, MESC and Arena both have organized those workshops. Those have been great. Additionally, we also have these annual adventure trips. We usually take out a student for some fresh breath of air. So, uske liye hum beech mein, working in a studio can get a bit monotonous and boring. To take away that edge, we take students out for sometimes. If you want, you can participate on those. Some great trips, some memorable ones. You make those memories. Studying in Arena, 2 to 3 years, you just make great memories. So you'll not only learn technical skills, not only learn communication skills, but also you have a memorable academic time. So now we are almost at the end of our presentation. So Gurmeet sir,
So, yeah, exactly. This is just to आपको आपके अंदर एक हम अलग तरह का एक जैसे कहते हैं ना बिजली संचारण करना चाहते हैं। So always big think, always big think positive. ठीक है।
Gurmeet sir, just a second. Are these two images you and me?
Hello.
Are these two images you and me? Yeah, Big Hero 6 and like, are they representing us?
Yeah, of course. So think big and think positive, and फिर कहते हैं ना आपकी कोई लिमिट नहीं है, स्काई इज द लिमिट। तो आपको बहुत कुछ मिल सकता है। द मोर यू गो beneath the water surface towards the water surface, आपको उतने ही मोती मिलेंगे. So ये just मैं थोड़ी philosophical उस पे आ गया हूँ, बातों पे आ गया हूँ. So let be very practical. काम वही कर पाएगा, job उसी को मिलेगी जो मेहनत करेगा. मैं simple सी एक चीज बता रहा हूँ आपको, मंत्रा. ठीक है ना? ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने सॉफ्टवेयर कर लिया यू विल गेट द जॉब. नो, योर शोरील्स आर रिक्वायर्ड. हम बैठे हैं यहाँ पर, ऑनलाइन भी शोरील्स हम करवा रहे हैं, बनवा रहे हैं. सो ऑलवेज थिंक बिग. कहीं कोई दिक्कत आती है, यू कैन टॉक टू योर एडमिन्स, यू टॉक टू अभिषेक सर, यू टॉक टू मी. ठीक है, आपके जितने भी सवाल आ रहे हैं नीचे, हम साथ में पढ़ रहे हैं. डेफिनेटली विल आंसर यू बैक दोस क्वेश्चंस, और आपको बिल्कुल उसके जवाब मिलेंगे. जी सर.
Right. So we have come to the end of our session. Thanks everybody for like hanging in over there. It was a great session. Hopefully people enjoyed and बहुत ज़्यादा bore नहीं किया हमने. And if we so yeah, so with that we'll be concluding the session. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
And for you have any questions, you can ask them right now, and you can find us at the following addresses.
Okay, great. And with this, I'd say we didn't get bored for sure, and we have learned a lot about animation. Because me as a layman, animation, I'm a viewer. So from the viewer's perspective, yes, I can say I've learned a lot.
Oh.
So yeah, we can take take a few questions and. Just a minute. Okay, so yeah, we first, yes, thank you for giving so much information, Gurmeet sir and Abhishek sir. It was a pleasure, and your presentation was really tempting. Like, lovely presentation skills also, I must say. I'm very poor at that. Okay, let's
Thank
take
you.
some live questions. I have Faizan Rizvi is asking, sir, in architecture pre-visualization, do the design is provided by a professional architect, or we have to design it on our own?
Okay. So basically the design, as I told you, that we are not basically producing architects, because architectural thing is something very big. It is engineering in itself. So we are not basically generating engineers, we are generating pre-visualizers. So pre-visualizer has to know a bit of designing skills, though they are not going to designing any, they are not going to design any building, not at all. They will be provided the design in case certain amendments are required. They should know a certain tool by which they can do those amendments. वो changes करना वो जानते हो. बाकी उसके बाद क्या है कि मान लीजिए आप आर्किटेक्चर में हैं, आपको प्लान दे दिया जाता है, आपको एलिवेशंस दे दी जाती हैं, then you can construct a 3D thing. So but you need to know how to study those drawings जो आर्किटेक्ट्स आपको प्रोवाइड करेंगे. That's it. उसके लिए आपको AutoCAD का नॉलेज होना बेहद जरूरी है. It is mandatory.
Okay. I hope Faizan got the answer. And Shubham, may I request you to send in the question in Q&A section, please? Only the comments in the chat window. Okay, Adarsh Kumar wants to know, what are the skills required to be a good animator?
First of all, you need to be a good actor, a decent actor at least, and you need to have great observational skills. Apart from that, you need to have very good understanding of all the principles of animation, and more or less these are the main skills that you will be requiring. And obviously the software skills you need to have, like if you're doing in Maya or if you're doing in Max, mainly you'll be doing in Maya. So you need to learn Maya, obviously, the Maya animation skills, the tools, you know, where to add a key, how to add a key, and these kind of stuffs you need to know, the animation layers and stuffs like that.
Okay, so Shubham's question is it okay to stick with one software, or learning multiple ones will help us?
See, yeah, if you are learning, if you want to learn, for example, animation, So you definitely need to, if you want to get into character animation, so you need to learn Maya, definitely. And but apart from that, if you want to have a couple of more choices in your hands, if you want to learn a little bit of product modeling and stuff, then I will definitely suggest you should also learn a little bit of 3ds Max or stuff.
Yeah,
Apart from that,
in case the animation is required, animation. If you talk about animation, one has to be having a skills of a bit of skills of a part of the 3D, that is character animation, that is character studio, because it is being used for mocaps once you
Right.
join some gaming company.
Right.
तो वो थोड़ा सा requirement होता है. So you can take both the skills, I believe. But
And
moreover, अगर आप cinematics में जा रहे हैं, cinema में जा रहे हैं, तो I believe for the animation, Maya is the best choice.
besides, if you want to get into this field, the first software that you have to learn is the mother software, I usually call, that's Adobe Photoshop. So you cannot do without Photoshop. That is something you definitely have to learn. Before even going into Max or Maya or anything like that, you need to learn Photoshop.
सर मेरे ख्याल से क्या है कि जो स्किल आती है वो दिमाग से और दिल से आता है, जो एक आर्ट है, जो एक आप जो बनाते हैं, रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स आर मेयर टूल्स. सो ये आपके टूल्स
Right.
हैं. आप जितने टूल्स आपके पास होंगे, आप उतने ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंट होंगे अपने उस स्किल को कैनवस पे उतारने के लिए. सो वो डिपेंड करता है कहाँ किसकी कितनी जरूरत पड़ रही है.
I have many questions regarding gaming industry. I think gaming is booming anyway because घर बैठ के अभी सब everybody has started one or even multiple games I've seen. I also play one. So, in gaming industry, how many type of jobs do we get? Is a question by Atyant Garg, Shubhankar Anand. This has a similar question. And many people for that.
Okay. Okay, fine. As far the gaming company is concerned, one can get a job as a pre-visualizer. ठीक है, इसमें अभी जॉब्स आई हैं, लेटेस्ट जॉब आई हैं, बहुत ही एक, अब ध्यान से देखिएगा, इसको ध्यान से सुनिएगा. प्री विजुअलाइजर, जो स्केचिंग आर्टिस्ट होते हैं, नाउ दे आर वेरी मच इन रिक्वायरमेंट, दैट इज टू पोर्ट्रेट अ मॉडल. बिकॉज अगर आप एक गेम बना रहे हैं तो उससे पहले एक कैरेक्टराइजेशन करना बहुत जरूरी है. देन यू नीड टू हैव अ मॉडल शीट ऑफ दैट. ठीक है, आप एक एनवायरनमेंट बना रहे हैं, देन यू हैव टू नीड अ मॉडल शीट ऑफ दैट. तो उसमें से अभी गेम की रिक्वायरमेंट आई है, उसमें कुछ स्टूडेंट्स लगे भी हैं एज ए प्री विजुअलाइजर्स. ठीक है, दे आर स्केचिंग आर्टिस्ट. तो दिस इज वन जॉब. सो फॉर दिस यू हैव टू बी वेरी गुड विद योर ड्राइंग स्किल्स. उसके बाद आता है आपका मॉडलिंग टेक्सचरिंग, ऑफ कोर्स. सो मॉडलिंग टेक्सचरिंग again, and it is very much there into the market. It's the hottest kick right now into the market. तो काफी स्टूडेंट्स इसी के बेस पे जॉब कर रहे हैं. आई बिलीव एक हाँ नियर अबाउट 15 स्टूडेंट्स राइट नाउ जो गेमिंग में है इस वक्त जो लगे हुए हैं, दैट इज वर्क फ्रॉम होम. And the third one is,
And
which
this
is
also involves digital sculpting, specifically ZBrush.
exactly
Like if you want to get into gaming, there are a couple of softwares that you definitely need to learn. There is ZBrush and Substance Painter, Substance Designer if possible, as well as 3ds Max and Maya. These are the softwares that you definitely need to learn.
And the third thing
skills
required
you need
right
to
now in the gaming industry is the animation, of course, where you do the animation to the characters or whatever. ठीक है, तो आप उसका जानना आपके लिए जरूरी है. तो ये तीन जो चीजें हैं वेरी मच देयर इनटू द मार्केट, जो रिक्वायरमेंट है, दैट इज मॉडलिंग, प्री विजुअलाइजर्स एंड एनिमेटर्स.
Okay, great. So I'd like to thank you both for this lovely,
Thank you, Pooja.
informative and knowledgeable session. And from core of my heart, I'd like to thank Colonel Ravi Kharbanda ji as well for giving us, so much information about
Exactly.
world and guiding us through with his experience of
Ji.
over years. It's been over a decade he's been taking world skills up
Exactly.
in his guidance. So really, I'd really like to thank Colonel Kharbanda ji as well. And
Thank you, sir.
yes, I would like
Thank you
to
so much.
about our upcoming session. That is, everybody's aware that we have started this series yesterday for product designing in 2D and 3D by Mr. Kalekuvin. Mr. Kalekuvin will be conducting a 4-day workshop for everybody, yes, and it will be at 4 p.m. Yesterday we have day 1, and today 4 p.m. sharp we will have Mr. Kalai Kovind with us for the second day workshop on product designing. And it was really interesting yesterday, and today he's going to work and tell us more about product designing. So I am excited, and we do, creativity. Like throughout the session, we have been talking about creative. And we have Creative Me campaign going on, where you can share your videos, your creativity, your experience, your thoughts, your imagination, whatever or whatever thing you're creative about. Showcase it, add it on social media, and tag Media and Entertainment Skills Council. Tomorrow, we will be with Mr. Bhaskar Nagendra. He is IndiaSkills jury member and a faculty of 3D game art. Like today, everybody was questioning about game designing, game art. So yes, tomorrow is your time to get more answers at 11:30 a.m. July 15th. Do register. Visit our website www.vidyadan.net to register, and you can quickly catch the link here and register for the session tomorrow. And today, do join us back. Go have your lunch, be ready, and join us back at 4 o'clock. With this, I'd like to say thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Abhishek, Gurmeet.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you online, sir.
Yeah, it was nice hearing you. I also felt quite, it was engrossing. And I'm also quite new to the subject, but very interesting. And
Welcome, sir. It's an
Thank
honor.
you, sir.
It's an honor. Thank you, sir.
Great. Thank you
Okay.
so very much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take
Bye-bye.
care. See you in the
Bye.
evening.
Thank you.